fuck the DP, bitch, I'm on a mission. Young white boy got it bad cause I'm Christian. Y'all wanna beef? Well, I'm poppin'. Wake up and smell the coffee, cause y'all about to get nailed into coffins. I'm reckless. Check it, are you ready for breakfast, Scotty? I'm coming for you, but don't let it go to your head, bitch. I'm about to start the party, which means you about to get bodied, egg boy. Man, fuck you, Scotty. Y'all don't want beef, you're a vegetarian. Scared of getting on the mic because you know you're embarrassing. Arrogant, snotty bitch made heretic. Pussy whip Canadian who wants to be American. Boy, I'm proving hard hitting and ruthless, and you're a loser whacking off watching Starship Troopers. Dismasting, I'm taking my throne, so get Now TJ is the Illuminati product of what happens when you eat too much fast food and don't drink enough water. Shit, TJ, I know you hit on dudes, I'd squash the beef, but y'all just wanna sit on fruit. I spit like you ain't never heard before. Eating lunch, chewing beef in front of a bunch of herbivores. I'll give you masochistic ass a fist and past the wrist, and then you'll wish I wasn't distant, so I'm fishing with my distance. Now Ben Hodges facing thinks no one's seen him at all, but I'm thinking I may have seen him sucking on Cena's balls. You anonymous wannabe Rey Mysterio. Here we go, mouth feel free, DP0. This next part I wrote for Jaclyn Glenn. About to go and damn near went blind. Young niggas at the pad throwing up gang signs. Went in the house and grabbed my clip. Wait, I'm just reading someone else's shit. Paul's ego. I eat rappers like you, like I was thawing out and eating a Jose Ole freezer burrito. Y'all better buck up, peasants. This ain't no slow jam. Goddamn, my Philly fucking up your program. Shit, I dip, so y'all can say I spit sick. Suck my dick, get it, and get your fucking lip split. Jesuits sitting around getting shit faced. Fuck with me, peasants. I'm about to drop my mixtape.
You are about to experience the Drunken Peasants podcast, the greatest podcast in human history. Please recognize that this podcast is designed to be amusing and entertaining, and thus we engage in satirical comments, exaggerations, and even dirty jokes. If you are offended by such things, please go away and die. If you enjoy this podcast, we ask that you help to support its existence by contributing to our Patreon at patreon.com/DP. Contributors get regular access to monthly private shows, special commentaries, Google Hangouts with the peasants, and more. If you don't want to do that, you can also support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get a free audiobook and access to over 150,000 audiobook titles, including great selections on science and skepticism. And if you shop on Amazon.com, we strongly urge you to use one of the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of our videos. You can help support the show simply by using our link to buy things you were going to buy anyway. Now that we've got all that shit out of the way, sit back and enjoy the show.
Live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it! Hey man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist? It's okay.
You're nothing, TJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be light.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Yeah.
Fucking thing sucks.
We love you, Bill.
Welcome to the Drunken Peasants podcast, episode 195. The Awaken Reckoning.
Smoke weed every day.
Revengeing.
200. 200.
We do have 200 coming up.
Yeah.
Hey,
pretty soon.
I do drink water. I have water right now.
For the 200th episode, TJ will, in
those
fact...
rappers were incorrect.
Oh, TJ, come on. For the 200th episode, Cheetah's actually going to jerk off on the Starship Troopers to keep it going in the family. That's going to be the 200th episode. No other content.
That doesn't make sense. You have to have a son, and then your son has to...
No, TJ.
Starship Troopers 2.
You're the closest thing I have to a son, TJ.
That's weird.
What?
You're the closest thing I have to a son,
Disgusting. Get away from me. You revolting pile of shit.
Now's the time to let everyone know that we will not be doing another show until when? When is our next show?
Not Monday, Wednesday, or Friday of next week, nor Monday of the following week, but
Wednesday.
We'll start again on Wednesday of next week.
So that's Wednesday the 20th.
Yeah, so there's going to be a long-ass time with no more Drunken Peasants.
But it's for good reasons.
I'm sure we'll be posting videos, though.
Yeah, we'll be posting videos from our little LA trip. And if you want to meet us in Los Angeles, you can do so at the V Lounge in Santa Monica, California at...
Yeah, oh shit, let me pull that
5
up.
o'clock. Yeah, 5 to 9.
Yeah, it's a week from today.
Pacific Standard Time, January 15th.
Yes, you got it
If
right.
you want more information, you got to go down to the link in the description below and RSVP. We have 160 people that are claiming they're going and 130 people who are interested in going, whatever the fuck that means.
And there's other numbers too, because this doesn't account for the people that are bringing people with them too.
Right. So, you know,
I think your prediction of 120 is a little low at this point.
You would not believe how many of these RSVPs don't show up.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We'll have fun. You can come.
Yeah, it's a week from today.
Next Friday.
The Drunken Peasants have rented out an entire bar, so...
There's no cover or anything.
Come on in and drink.
This is a party by the Drunken Peasants for the fans.
Yeah. Come to the party, you fucking...
Only requirement is they have to be over 21 because the venue requires that.
Oh, yeah.
I like how it even shows what the temperature will be that day, but it's in Celsius, so...
Fucking
I can't read that nonsense.
I don't understand
what it means.
Goddamn silly.
Put in American.
I would say like...
It ain't shit on the fucking screen, man.
I would say 17 Celsius is like 65 degrees, something
Shut
like
up,
that.
Ben. You don't know.
I don't know exactly.
Have an American, Ben.
I don't even know the conversion, but I'd say it's like about that.
Yeah, whatever. You don't know shit.
We don't know anything about that Celsius shit.
It's just a C. That's not temperature. Temperature happens in Fs, not Cs.
In Fs?
Yeah.
In Fs.
All right, Dinor, of course.
Dino.
You idiots keep buying the Dinor shirt. Keep doing that.
You know, I ordered a Dinor shirt and it hasn't arrived yet.
Yeah, I ordered a bunch.
I hope
we're
it
still
arrives.
Yeah, we're still waiting. If it's not here, then as far as giving them away, I have no clue.
Yeah, because we're leaving soon.
Yeah, so if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Oh man.
Well, the only solution, TJ.
Christmas is canceled.
Well, you know what? No, we can talk about that. We'll talk about that off the show. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
We'll figure bullshit out. All right.
So, as many of you may have heard, Dusty, our friend Dusty Smith, he had some trouble online with Matt Dillhunty, and we're going to bring him on the show to talk about that right now.
Let's do it.
Busty.
He'd probably have more views if he was Busty.
The cult of Busty. Yeah, he would have like 1 million subs then.
Yeah, we need him to have like a reassignment surgery.
Hello, how's it going?
Hey, Dusty, we decided
how
that
are you?
you'd be better as a transgender person.
Yes.
So you got to get sexual reassignment surgery.
I could rock that, man. I'm gonna go to Miss
know,
America
that's what I'm
pageant and
saying.
have Steve Harvey announce me wrong.
And you could change your name to Busty. That's what we like about it.
Busty, big tits, big
Yeah,
triple
you gotta-
D's.
Yeah.
Huge fucking
Well,
tits.
obviously.
And you know what? Then none of these feminists and shit can even come after you because you're a woman.
That'd be nice for a change. Fucking feminist. I've been having enough trouble with them lately as it is.
Yeah, I noticed. So, Dusty, you're here because you're in trouble again. What did you do,
Yes,
Dusty?
shocking. Well,
What the
it's a
fuck
long
is wrong
story.
with
You would just jump right into it because it's a long story.
Yeah,
you?
go for it.
Tell us the long story, Dusty.
I got to set up the background for this story. Okay, basically it all started with an atheist convention they had in Denver. And I usually don't even like to go to these atheist conventions because they're pretty fucking boring. But anyway, I went to this one because they caught me and they're like, come on, we'll feed you. We'll get you in for free. So I go and Matt Dillhunty was the lead speaker at this atheist convention. So I'm there with a couple of my friends. I walk in, and my friends are off doing something else. So I go sit down at the table. It's a big table, probably 8 chairs around the table, and there's 2 other people at the table, and I sit there. And Matt Dillhunty's wife, Beth Presswood, sees me from across the room. She's sitting at a table. So she gets up from her table. She comes over and she sits down beside me. And she just starts being a total fucking cunt to me. Just the fucking biggest bitch in the world, telling me that she hates my show and I'm disgusting. But to be honest with you, I had the feeling that she wanted my dick. And I'm just being honest about that. I'm not trying to be like deceived or anything. But sometimes when women come up to you and they pretend like they don't like you, sometimes they want your dick. And that's kind of the feeling I got from her. It's kind of like the kid on the playground that goes and hits the girl he likes because he doesn't really know how to get her. Anyway, so she was a total bitch, but I just kind of laughed it off because I saw right through her, you know? And so I just was kind of being my cocky, funny, usual self. And I guess it kind of pissed her off. So eventually she went away. So at the end of the night, Matt didn't speak this night. He was speaking on the next day. At the end of the night, me and my friends were out sitting in the lobby, where we're sitting in the lobby. And Matt Dillhunty and his wife come up and they make small talk a little bit. They came up to us. Like, I never once approached her ever. I had no interest in her, would never approach her, don't give a shit. So he comes up and he basically asked me if I'm coming to his speech the next day. And I'm like, no, I've already been here 2 days. I'm not really interested. And he seemed kind of butthurt about that. But then he kind of frowned and he walked off and she stayed there. And the entire time she's standing 6 inches from me the entire time. And she stands there for about 10 minutes and just gives me shit back and forth. And it's a total bitch to me. But at the same time, I saw right through her. I thought that she wanted my dick. So I think Matt might have been a little butthurt by that. I don't know. I don't know why she stayed there without him. I don't know what the deal was or what. But I asked her to take a picture. So she took a picture of me. I don't know if that's my profile picture, if you guys are on my Facebook. And so then I left. The first thing I said to the dude when I left is, I think Matt Dillahunty's wife wants my dick. Because I did. That's what I thought. I honestly thought, this is what I thought.
I remember you saying that. I do. I remember you saying that.
I mean, it's true. That's the way I felt. This is how I felt. I think that maybe they're swingers and maybe she was going to proposition me to have a 3-way with them or something. And so he like walked off so it'd be less awkward. Like, that's what I think happened. Now, I don't fucking know, but that's what I think probably happened. So anyway.
So that's your theory.
That's my theory. So anyway,
Atheist DP.
Atheist DP, and I'm not into it. No thanks. Just not my thing. So anyway, skip forward to yesterday. For those of you who don't know, Matt's wife, she's a huge feminist, rabid feminist, one of these third wave feminists, and a huge social justice warrior. So she posted a meme that basically the gist of the meme was that only white people are capable of being racist. That it's this idea that the loony left is spreading nowadays, that it's not racism unless it's institutionalized racism. And of course, only white people have power institutions, so only white people are capable of being racist, which is in itself an incredibly fucking racist idea. It's totally fucking racist to believe this way. Most people don't know this, but I grew up in a black neighborhood. I grew up in a town that was mostly black, just like white people are. It's ridiculous. So I thought I put out some very good arguments on her thread on why I disagreed with her and thought that she was wrong. So I lived in a fucking black neighborhood. And I can fucking assure you, black people are perfectly responded by, in all caps, like a crazy person. She started calling me names and insisting that none of her followers even speak to me or acknowledge me.
Hold on. What names did she call you?
She called me, she said I was a professional troll. And nobody, basically that I was a troll and an asshole, basically, was the gist of her insults towards me. But it was mainly telling her followers not to speak to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so it was all in caps. It was all really weird. And she's kind of a weird chick anyway. So I said, all right, fuck it. I'll go to my own wall. I'll take this. If you don't know, I do a kind of a show on Facebook. Kind of what you guys do on the Drunken Peasants. I kind of do it text-based and meme-based on Facebook because I personally like writing better than being in front of the camera. That's kind of my thing. So I get in trouble every day because we always talk about controversial subjects, and I thought this would be an interesting thing to bring up to my audience. So I made a post about her and talked about how I thought that what she said was very racist and why I thought it was racist. So of course she goes and she meme that she posted down. She removes the entire post. She deletes all the evidence on what we were saying. And so then I guess Matt Dillhunty, I guess he was just trying to defend his wife, but he gets all butthurt and he comes onto my wall and he just fucking goes off on me. He starts cussing me out. and then he builds this straw man about what her meme that she posted is. He basically lies about what her meme was, and he lied about what her position was.
Well, how did he
lie?
What straw man did he build?
He was basically saying, no, what she was saying was there are multiple definitions of racism, and one of the definitions of racism is institutionalized racism, and she was just pointing that out. But no, that's not what the meme was about at all. That's not what she was saying. They were saying it's not racism unless it's institutionalized racism. There's no such thing as racism. And the idea behind this is that only white people can be racist. That's the point they were trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
So he lied about this, basically. He built a straw man. He beat up this straw man. And then he proceeds to call me, I think he called me an asshole. He actually put the definition of an asshole to describe me. Called me a jackass, told me to fuck off. And then he told me that I should stick to comedy because I was too stupid to debate him. And then he immediately blocks me so I can't debate him. So,
yeah, it's that is interesting.
It's pretty unusual too, because this is a guy that really has made his name taking on all comers in terms of
trashing theists on the show.
I do want to mention on Twitter,
anybody who wants to come to him,
I announced on Twitter that Dusty was going to be on the show to talk about this, and Matt Dillhunty kind of said, well, great, that'll be the way to get all the correct information, something to that effect.
He said that they'll get to the truth that way.
Yeah, that's it.
Some sarcastic shit like
now,
that.
He did mention...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, he did mention interest in coming on the show in the future, so maybe we'll get him on here to give his side. But yeah, go ahead, Dusty.
Well, if he wants to get to the truth of the information, then they shouldn't delete their post. I mean, all he would have had to done was come and post the meme that she posted and to defend that meme. But they deleted it, they hid all the evidence, and then they came and lied about it. So that's not how you get to the truth. So then what he did was, he went on his wall, and then he started calling me a piece of shit on his wall. And bragging about how he blocked me and how I'm stupid and all this shit. And then he deleted that post. And so then she created a post on her wall that basically displayed her side of the story, but her side of the story was fucking full of lies. She basically lied. And then all her followers came in there, and it was just the most pathetic display you've ever seen. All her feminist followers come in there, and they were being openly sexist to every man. They were being openly racist to the white people. They were calling me a pedophile. They were calling me a sexual predator, saying that I'm a terrorist sympathizer, calling me just everything you can imagine. Just so stupid, just childish high school bullshit. And then, so of course, a few of my fans went over there and they challenged them. They were like, well, why did you delete the thread? Why did you delete the post? Why don't you just put the meme back and then we can all decide for ourselves if you're right or Dusty was right? But she just ignored everybody. And so eventually, of course, she deletes that post too, because they're cowards. They're hit and run artists. And I'm disappointed too, because I love Matt Dillhunty. I've met Matt Dillhunty. I thought he was a great guy. And I think he has, he does a lot of really great work for spreading atheism, which I'm all about. I think it's a very good thing for society. So I really don't want to trash his brand. But at the same time, motherfucker, don't come to my wall and tell me I'm too stupid to debate you and then block me and run away like a fucking scared bitch. I'll take you on. I ain't fucking scared of Matt Dillhunty. Fuck that. In my opinion, Matt Dillhunty is famous as being a guy who's done hundreds of hours of television, and they take the best of the best of his 100 hours of television and makes 5 and 10 minutes clips and make him look good. Anybody can look genius doing that. So this he's incredibly fucking arrogant. And really, he needs to be knocked off his high horse a little bit. I don't know. Matt Dillhunty thinks he's the genius of the atheist community. And he thinks that you are an idiot. He thinks I'm an idiot. He's told me you're an idiot. I don't know why he would come on your show. He specifically talks shit to you to me.
Yeah,
he doesn't like you. He doesn't like me.
I mean, I'm used to that condescending shit from atheists, because every YouTube atheist thinks they're the smartest YouTube atheist. I mean,
are you included in that, TJ?
I'm definitely the smartest YouTube atheist.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
See, so I mean, that's a common delusion.
They're all idiots except me. I'm a genius.
But so I mean, like, you don't want to trash his brand, but I mean, the whole thing is his brand is built upon. He takes on all comers in the debate. Anybody who calls him, he'll fucking have an argument with them. But then when it comes to Dusty, it's like, why is there this other standard? He obviously doesn't feel like his position is as strong.
Well, there's definitely some personal feelings there.
Didn't he take on G-Man once?
Yeah, he took on G-Man.
Oh, I think multiple times he took on G-Man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to argue with G-Man...
Low-hanging fruit.
If you're going to argue with G-Man, I don't think you can say that Dusty is beneath your intellectual level or some shit. You've already had the debate with G-Man. It's too late.
I think he knew his position was really weak. That's why he lied about it, created a straw man about it. That's why they deleted the meme to begin with. That's why they have not reposted the meme. And I'm sad to see that Matt Dillhunty has associated himself with all these extreme social justice warriors and extreme feminists. It seems to be that that's what a lot of these atheist personality dudes like him at Meta. What it is they have these atheist conventions, and for the first time, unlike high school, guys like Matt Dillhunty and him at Meta get to be the cool kids. And they do. That's true. I've been to these conventions, and you can watch these guys. They think they're just the coolest shit, and they form these little cliques together. And so they spread this social justice warrior bullshit, and they hate on all of us and like to think they're superior to us. And they try to act like bullies by attacking us. They do not like me. They do not like you. They do not like Jaclyn. That's exactly the reason him at Meta has attacked me on his blog. That's exactly the reason he's attacked Jaclyn. It's because they don't like any of us. They're these fucking snobs that think they're above us, and they're not. You're not fucking above us. I'm sorry. We put asses in seats better than you do, and I know that fucking pisses you off, but it's the truth. Just deal with it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play up the whole jealousy angle, but feel free to do so. You know, so do you think that Matt Dillhunty is acting this way just in defense of his wife? Do you think that if this was a grievance with someone else, he would be acting the same way?
Yeah, I think he's trying to defend his wife, and I don't have any problem with that. But at the same time, I think he's incredibly arrogant. I think he thinks his shit don't stink, and he's a fucking genius, and we're all fucking beneath him like little peasants. Yeah, I might be a drunken peasant. I ain't a fucking Matt Dillhunty peasant. Fuck that shit.
So what would you say to him if he was sitting here? Like, give us a message directly to Matt Dillhunty, because he probably will watch this.
Why did your wife delete the post? Why didn't you just post the meme yourself instead of building a straw man? Why did you tell me I'm too stupid to debate you and then block me and run away like a little bitch? What the fuck, dude? Get the fuck down off your high horse. I mean, you're good. I mean, I like your stuff. You've done a good job, but get a fucking grip, Matt. Get your shit together, dude.
Yeah, I enjoy his stuff too. I like the atheist experience and all that shit.
I've watched a few. I'm not really a big.
I like it. Boring. I like it when he's on it and when they take calls. The other shit I just skip through.
Oh yeah, when you're trashing these really dumb theistic arguments that they've heard a million times, they're gonna fucking massacre them, of course.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like it's the same 5 or 6 arguments that theists constantly put forward anyway. So once you got 5 or 6 variations of the same refutations in your head, you know, it's not really much of a challenge. That's why that's why there's so few videos about atheism on my channel at this point. It's not because I don't want to talk about it. It's just I can't even figure out what the fuck else to say.
That's part of the reason I don't make very many videos anymore. It's like I don't want to just make videos to make them. I want to talk about important shit, and I've already said so much of what I wanted to say. You know, what's left?
All that's left is picking fights with Matt Dillhunty.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't pick shit, man. I mean, they're being openly racist in public, and if they're going to be openly racist in public, they should be called out on it. You know, bad ideas should be challenged and called out wherever they are. And, you know, they should not delete shit and ban people and run from it. You know, if they believe in those ideas, they should stand up and fight for them. But they don't. They don't believe in shit.
Yeah, it's very odd. It's like they kind of champion themselves as, oh, we're about this discourse, but then the minute they don't like the discourse, like, well, we're gone. You know, fuck you. You're a piece of shit. You're beneath us. I mean, that's kind of just sad, really.
It is. It's frustrating. They should be better than that. And they should really get away from all this atheism plus, all this third wave feminism. It doesn't do our community any good. It's driving people away from them. They get so much shit about it. I don't know why they continue to do this. It's embarrassing is what it is.
Why do you think they continue to do it? Is it just to keep their wives and girlfriends happy with them?
Yeah, I mean, I think when they go to these atheist conventions, they're very cliquish. And for some reason, at these atheist conventions, these extreme feminist social justice warriors have taken over, like him at Meta and Matt Dillhunty and a few. I won't name the other ones, but there's a few of them that form these cliques. And I think they just all feed off each other. You know? But yeah, a lot of it is keeping their women happy. I don't know. I don't think Matt did really well, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you seen any of the Steve Shives videos?
Not really. I'm familiar with him. I know he put out a list of approved atheist channels that you're only supposed to support, and you're pretty much supposed to boycott the ones on the approved list. And
right.
I was one of the ones that was on the sexist list.
Right?
I'm not
yeah.
fucking sexist. I've never been fucking sexist in my life. I
love
women. It's men I hate.
If you watch his his videos where he's sitting there with his girlfriend, or was it his girlfriend or his wife? I can't remember. But if he's sitting there with his girlfriend, like, it's so obvious that, like, she'll sit there and tell him to his face, like, you know, your record collection and your DVD collection are very problematic and sexist, and he'll be like literally sitting there like, oh yeah, I'm still working through my sexism, but at least, you know, I have. Yeah, you know, prostrating himself on the altar of feminism for her to sit there and smile in smug satisfaction as he squirms like a worm on a fucking hook. And it's painful to watch, and you feel sorry for the guy, but at the same time, you're like, God, the whole reason you're out there spreading this misinformation is all because this bitch just has the fucking hooks in you, and you just can't fucking stand up to her.
She's right about everything.
Everyone else has to tolerate this shit because of that.
He probably has such a limited selection, he has to do that to get a girl. You know, some dudes are just that way, unfortunately.
I don't get it.
Those statements are very problematic.
It seems like some of these guys could do better. I'm sorry. I mean, I feel like Steve Shives could probably do better than
I think his right hand would probably be better.
Yeah, I mean, like, jerking off is better. Fucking a fucking cantaloupe is better. I mean, you know.
Or watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon. Fuck a watermelon.
I feel the same way about Matt Dillhunty. I'm like, dude, you're famous. Step it up.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're the headline speaker, dude. Do you really have to be with this psycho? But
I've been straight up to the trophy wife, dude. You made it.
Only Dusty. Do you want to move on from this, Dusty? Do you want to talk about some other shit?
We can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Sure. We should talk about the Steve Avery case. Have you guys watched Making a Murderer yet?
No, haven't watched it.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay, well, watch it, and then we'll come back on and I'll talk about it again. Best thing that's been made on television. It's basically the 2015 version of the 9/11 conspiracy documentaries. So,
cool.
but it's brilliant.
Sounds neat. Are we sharing screens with you, Dusty? Can you see us?
Yeah, he can see us.
All right, let's. We're gonna do a little segment, troll or not a troll here. We're just gonna watch a video and decide if this person is trolling or not.
Here's the intro. We should probably get a new one eventually.
Yeah, maybe it's time for a new troll or not a troll intro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
How do I fucking move this screen? Okay, there we go. Hi guys, it's me, Maria Escobar. I'm making a video today to explain why I want to be a porn star, since a lot of people are asking me why. Then I just decided to make this video just to get it out the way. Okay, so I'm making this video today, 1/2/2016, in order to track my thoughts. I want to see if I think this way in 2 years from now, which is when I plan on becoming a porn star. But it all basically started when I was small, and I realized the world's a terrible place. I've always felt an immense guilt on my back for not being able to do anything to help out the homeless and needy, and the animals, of course. I mean, I've done my share of non-profit community service, but it's just not enough. At the age of 12, I was sexually and physically abused. This is one of my deep, darkest secrets that I have not shared to anyone, but I feel it's time to flaunt my flaws because I need to get over them. This might explain my fucked up reasoning, but I feel like my reasoning is not that bad at all. But I feel I am a human.
Anything yet?
I say not a troll.
You say not a troll?
Really?
I actually say not a troll too. I don't get the troll vibe from her.
Yeah, because Dusty's like, when's your first movie come out? He'll make sure
are you 18 yet?
He'll make sure to download that one.
Hey,
not a troll.
For the world, and my only access to make it to heaven is to help the world in any way possible. So my plan is to become a porn star, make a lot of money and donate most of it. Before I launch my plan to reach enlightenment, I'm going to become a certified nursing assistant and help people that way, but they don't make the salary I need in order to launch my own Salvation Army type non-profit business. So basically, I want to become a porn star for the money, not because I like having sex.
Oh, really?
Because I need money. Money just makes the world go round, unfortunately, and you need money to help others. but it just feels like there's a millstone around my neck every day of my life because I'm not out there helping people, and it makes me feel useless and empty.
She's a good person, man.
So
she's doing porn. She's gonna do porn so she can raise money for fucking homeless people.
Okay,
Shit.
seriously.
For the children.
You
Not
think
a troll?
Troll.
What do you say,
Not a
Dusty?
troll.
Oh.
I think she's legit. And I can't wait till she's a star. Definitely going to masturbate to her movies in the near future.
It's a tie.
Yeah. It is a tie.
Those are some sweet ties.
All right, so I guess we can play some news videos. There was a news video that I saw on CNN.com today. I guess there were refugees that were arrested in Houston, suspected of
terror-related charges.
Yeah, yep. So,
when the 24-year-old Houston man makes his first court appearance here tomorrow, we will learn more about the circumstances surrounding his arrest. In a statement tonight, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick writes it may have prevented a catastrophic terror-related event in the making and saved countless lives. The 6-page indictment unsealed tonight isn't detailed, but paints a picture of the suspect, Omar Faraj Saeed al-Hadan, a Palestinian born in Iraq, wanting to fight for ISIS, or as the government calls the terrorist group, ISIL.
Yes, that's a real threat in the United States.
According to the 3-count federal indictment, al-Hadan provided material support and resources to ISIL. When he applied to become an American citizen in 2014, he said he wasn't associated with a terrorist organization.
Yeah, why would he say he was?
Yeah, by the way, I'm a terrorist.
He wasn't, guys. Come on.
I bake ISIS
Case
some
closed.
cookies. Come on.
Case closed, y'all.
It's like being
He
a
said
cop.
he wasn't.
I ask you if you're a terrorist, you gotta tell me.
When in fact, according to the indictment, he was throughout that year and the year before. And finally, during the citizenship process, he denied having weapons training when the government says he had been trained on an automatic machine gun. Al-Hadan came to the U.S. as a refugee, 17 years old, in 2009. Jim Conway is a former FBI agent.
That's a concern, is that the refugee wave could contain folks that represent a threat to our national security or to the national security of European nations.
Yeah. Well, obviously they could.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear that does happen. I mean, we don't know how much it happens, but it definitely does.
Yeah, I mean, we're already seeing examples of it.
I mean, this is a refugee from 2009, so this isn't even from whatever
this
crisis
is
going on.
Well, I mean, the ISIS crisis goes back. I mean,
ISIS
years and
crisis.
years.
I love it.
It does go back much further than
Daesh.
Oh yeah, that's what they call them in the Middle East. And
Daesh. Really?
Yeah, I know. That's the first I've heard it.
Insult that they don't like, so you're supposed to call them that instead of ISIS because they actually want to be called ISIS, but they hate being called Daesh. So the new meme going around is you're not supposed to actually call them ISIS anymore. You're supposed to call them Daesh.
Let's call them douche.
Daesh.
Yeah, douche. That works for me.
Douche.
I'm gonna stick with ISIS because I just think
you just like ISIS.
It sounds cooler. Daesh.
And then they call him ISIL also.
Yeah, I don't like ISIL. That sounds like a nerdy kid you push down and take.
Oh no!
Stop beating up on ISIL, TJ.
Leave ISIL alone. Just a scrawny little thing.
All right. Next is a news story about a woman that went to a hospital. They checked her out. They couldn't find anything wrong. They asked her to leave. She said she didn't feel good and that she didn't want to leave. But they called the cops and the cops removed her and then she died in the parking lot.
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see.
The family of a Florida woman is calling for justice today after a police dash cam shows that she was forcibly removed by an officer from a hospital where she had gone, only to collapse in the parking lot of that hospital, actually in full view of the dash cam. The medical examiner's office says that Barbara Dawson died shortly afterwards from a blood clot in her lungs. Dawson went to that hospital and complained of abdominal pain, but medical staff examined her and discharged her. When she refused to leave, the hospital called the police. The police handcuffed her, and that's when she started to scream. Take a listen to the dash cam video.
Please put your hand. You have had every opportunity.
Help me, Dad.
On you now.
No, please.
It's too late.
No,
please. So please put your hand behind your back. Please put your hand behind your back for me, okay? Miss Dawson, okay?
That literally sent chills down my spine. I got goosebumps right now listening to that. That's fucking terrible. Makes me want to cry.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Because she feels like she's going to die.
Oh, yeah, I mean, she went to a hospital because she felt ill, and then, you know...
This is just that common shit where doctors fucking think they know better than their patients. Like, if they can't find the cause of your fucking pain
immediately,
or whatever,
oh, you're
just
making it up.
That's bullshit. Get out of here. You know, it's like, you know, I think I understand my body better than you. You need to do more tests. Fuck you.
Yep.
Man, I can just imagine the terror she was going through.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
You're hurting yourself. I need you to put your hand behind your back.
I can't breathe. You only got a handcuff. I can't breathe.
Disturbing to say the least at first blush. Alina Machado of CNN is going to pick up the story from there. Alina, help me to, I mean, watching that is, it's blood curdling. I want to ask about Ms. Dawson's history. It was not the first time she'd been at that hospital. She'd had certain instances there before. So walk me through the context of this video.
Yeah, that's right, Ashley. It's not the first time that Barbara Dawson had been at that hospital, and it's worth noting that she collapsed a short time after saying that she could not breathe, and she never regained consciousness. Now, this all happened on December 21st at Calhoun Liberty Hospital in the Florida Panhandle. Dawson's family has retained civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump, who released that dash cam video yesterday to the media. The video is more than 2 hours long, and what you just heard is what happened inside the hospital. According to the police report obtained by CNN affiliate WT.
How is the video 2 hours long?
Who knows?
I mean, is most of it just her, like, dead?
It's probably them trying to resuscitate.
Paramedics are trying to resuscitate or something?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
TXL, when Dawson and the officer got to the patrol car, Dawson collapsed. The officer is heard saying that he thinks Dawson fell to the ground as a way to stop from being taken to jail. But within a few minutes, hospital staff came outside, and here's what happens next.
All right.
Check it real quick.
Yeah. I need a hand. Oh, Miss Dawson, come on now. There ain't nothing wrong with you.
There ain't nothing wrong with you.
She's dead.
What the fuck?
Ain't nothing wrong with you.
Oh, my Florida Panhandle, right?
Get up.
Gotta love them.
Get on up now.
You know, I always hear
fine.
that shit coming out of Florida. Apparently, it's because their laws are more lax for releasing information. That's why Florida seems especially crazy.
Oh.
She's 98%. The whole time she's here. 74. Fine.
She's completely all right.
Well,
She's fine.
she wasn't fine.
Miss Dawson, I need you to get up, okay?
Miss Dawson, get up. There's nothing wrong with you.
Are they
And I know
talking
you
to her
can
while
hear
she's
us.
dead? What the fuck? Are you fucking shitting me?
They're like, and I know you can hear us. Fine. She's faking. They're still fucking. They're there. She's even as she's getting embalmed and shit. They're still standing over her like, she's fine. Don't bother with that. She's fine. She's gonna get right up in a second. Miss Dawson,
Miss Dawson, fine.
Oh my god.
Standing by her fucking grave. She fine. Don't worry.
Get out of that grave. Get out of that coffin, bitch. She's fine.
This is a fake funeral. You looking spry. Come on, Miss Dawson.
Dawson was eventually taken back inside the hospital, where she later died of a blood clot in her lungs. The hospital says pulmonary embolisms are very difficult to detect and can be impossible to treat. Dawson's family, meanwhile, intends to file a lawsuit against both the hospital and the police department. We don't know yet when that will happen, but we do know there are several agencies investigating, including the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Calhoun Liberty Hospital says they received a copy of the dashcam video from the media. They are reviewing it, and they also say they welcome the investigation from authorities.
Isn't the real question? Isn't the real question with all this, like, why was the hospital's reaction like, we're going to call the police and get them to remove you? It's like they didn't really seem to take what she was saying seriously. I mean, hey, obviously she was obese and probably had a number of health issues, but I mean, just dismiss it that quickly and resort to just like, okay, now we're just going to basically you're going to be arrested for trespassing.
You ain't welcome here. It's like, you ain't got no real problems. We gave you a once-over. You seem all right. Get the fuck out. Well, apparently there was something
One of the times
wrong.
where I think it probably has a lot to do with their race. I think they probably saw an overweight, annoying black woman and they were just like, "Fuck you, get rid of her." You know?
Yeah, and I mean, I wonder if she even had insurance or not, too. That's another thing. The hospital, if someone doesn't have insurance, they'll pretty much be like, okay, yeah, you're alive, you're fine, get out of here.
You ain't dying, get out. Very true.
That's a great
All
point.
right, so what's next?
Let's see. Missouri lawmaker says that sex with lobbyists is a gift.
If prostitution were legal, he'd have a point.
God bless America, the greatest country in the world.
But we don't let sex be treated like a commodity, unfortunately.
Well, here it is, House Bill 2059. It changes the definition of gift being something that lobbyists often give to lawmakers. Now that definition includes sex, and lobbyists would have to report it. The bill reads like this. The term gift shall include sexual relations between a registered lobbyist and a member of the General Assembly or his or her staff. That's a new gift that Missouri lobbyists would need to report each month if House Bill 2059 becomes law.
Oh, they'll just find ways around it. They'll just find. It's not going to start.
They just won't report it. The way around it is just don't fucking do it.
They'll use Bill Clinton's definition of sex and is, you know.
But I mean, I think the bill is actually a good idea. I mean, you shouldn't get to be a lobbyist that sends women in to have sex with a dude to get him to do what you want him to do. I mean, obviously, that's a fucked up government. So the bill is fine, but no one's going to report this shit, so it's ridiculous.
I feel like having lobbyists in general is fucked up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Republican Representative Bart Corman came up with the bill.
If your elected officials having a relationship with a lobbyist to that degree, I think that they should know.
Oh my God!
I think the citizens should know if that's going on.
Fucking Yosemite
Look at
Sam.
yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck was he wearing there? What is that called?
I don't know. You see, like
it's a form of tie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. What the fuck? He thinks that looks good.
It does.
Lobbyists are required to report. Sex would not be one that the lobbyists would have to add a monetary value to.
That's been the local discussion, is of how to price that or how to put a performance
Depends on how
on
hot
it.
she is, obviously.
And I try to address it as a zero price tag to eliminate that discussion.
Yeah, I'm sure this is the most pressing issue.
Also
in
not
Missouri,
required
too.
reporting any previous relationship before the individuals were lawmakers, staff, or lobbyists. Corman says he thought of the bill after last year's scandal-laced session that saw the Speaker of the House step down following allegations of sexual harassment of an intern. But Corman didn't act until the new House Speaker's call for ethics reform.
And talked about improving the integrity and the accountability and the transparency of the process. And so I think this bill does.
You should get one.
You can pull it off, Dusty.
Yeah.
I could.
It's kind of
have logic written on it.
It's kind of Western. It's like Western wear, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is. Yeah.
But Corman thinks
I'm not wearing
with
that
an
baggy
ethics bill this controversial, it will be an uphill battle, one that will have to go through a subcommittee first. It is up to the Speaker of the House's discretion as to which subcommittee he will refer the bill to. He can also choose not to refer the bill.
No one's going to listen to it.
Yeah, okay, even if it passes, no one will listen to it, and why would they even pass the bill? It's like the former fucking Speaker of the House there was ousted because of some similar shit. It's like, what incentives does the person in charge now have to pass that fucking bill?
None whatsoever. They
Yeah,
won't.
nothing.
No way.
None. Yeah.
All
I want
right.
to fuck my interns all I want to. I don't want to report that shit. That'd be crazy.
Here's a video with some information about the bullshit going on in Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kill them.
I mean, those American heroes.
The American flag.
Kill
is
them.
center
Real
stage.
American
Watchmen are
heroes.
on
They
post,
patriots.
And armed protesters have said they aren't leaving an unused building in a federal wildlife refuge in Oregon
Kill 'em.
until they get what they want.
Media
Our
attention.
purpose,
Predator
as
drone.
we have shown, is to...
Did you say send in a drone?
Yeah, predator drone. That's what we do with terrorists, right?
Yeah,
we don't
that would
negotiate
be.
with terrorists.
Oh my
Predator
god.
That's what
drone.
I'm saying, man.
But
These motherfuckers, they go on some federal land, take over a building, and say, anyone,
Hey,
who, tries
patriots!
anyone who tries to remove us from this building will kill.
Okay,
It's like,
TJ,
fuck that. Kill
Put
those
it on-
fuckers.
They're
Hey,
standing up for their rights.
Blow them up.
Put the video from that drone on pay-per-view too.
Fuck yes.
Please.
Yeah.
I'd pay for it.
How many missiles
Well,
will
the
it
whole
take to
fucking
eliminate
place up.
them?
And then we'll build a bigger, better building after we blow the shit out of it. It'll be a monument to their ignorance.
This is what happens to fools who act up.
This guy is
signed the government.
He looks like he has no idea what he's gonna say. He's like, oh shit, a press conference. Gotta make some shit up.
He looks like a bullshit actor from Egghead's Family's movies. Is what he looks like.
He's a crisis.
Apparently, some of these
from
guys
Canyon Trail
involved in this too are claiming to be like. Are claiming to be like one guy's like, I'm a Marine, and it's like he wasn't even in the Marine Corps. It's like a bunch of people were claiming to have ex-military backgrounds, and they don't. It's like, these guys are a bunch of fucking.
Got a bunch of donations, and they went and got drunk with the money.
Yeah, they're a bunch of fucking phonies. Is basically what they are.
Restore and defend the Constitution.
This land belongs to the U.S. government, but the anti-government group that has now occupied a building here for nearly 3 days says the federal government is unfairly taking that resource, that land, from the people.
They're coming down into the states and taking over the land and the resources, putting the people into duress.
Federal law enforcement hoping to avoid the kind of violence seen in the Ruby Ridge or Waco standoffs.
Why? It's fun. Kill them all.
Gotta kill them all.
Ratings
TJ and Dusty.
Dun, 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 kill them.
Are not visible.
Kill them all.
The U.S. government is acting
Send
outside the
John
authority
away.
enumerated in the Constitution of the United States.
The current protest
Dead,
was
bud.
sparked
All
by the
right,
sentencing of 2 Oregon ranchers in nearby Harney County. Dwight Hammond and his son are due to spend 5 years in jail for burning 127 acres of federal land and plan to.
By the way, these guys that are going to go to jail for arson don't even want this to be associated with Ammon Bundy and his bullshit either. They're like we have
"Fuck
nothing
off.
to do with
We
them.
don't want you. You're embarrassing us. You're not
It's like,
helping.
please, you're hurting our case. So leave us alone.
Was anyone was anyone hurt by the fire that they said?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
No.
It was just.
Well, what happened was they actually did serve prison terms, but the federal government has minimal guidelines, so they're actually being sent back to prison because they said they did not serve long enough for their crimes.
Well, that sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. They set a fire. They did some time in prison. They're gonna have a record as felons.
Yeah, federal felons.
Yeah.
So.
Whatever. I mean,
fuck that.
I would say that's a punishment.
But these guys, like, we're gonna go take over some government wildlife refuge shit as protest.
You know what? They're in Oregon. They should just be fucking smoking some weed and not worry about this
calm
shit.
down.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down. You guys can they grow it in Oregon?
Yeah.
Just turn your fucking ranch into a fucking weed farm, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to give the other side of the argument real fast. Just play devil's advocate. This is
Oh,
their
God.
position.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
What they're claiming is this land used to belong to ranchers, and the government came in and basically pressured the ranchers to sell the land they didn't want to sell by doing different things that flooded the land and making it inhospitable for them to be there. And then after the government did this to them, they were pretty much forced to sell the land to the government. That's what their claim is. Whether that's true or not, fuck if I know, but that's what they're claiming.
Okay, but still, going on, at least the government used some dirty tricks. The government didn't just come on there with guns and say, we're taking this.
Yeah, government ain't leaving. If you try to come make us leave, we'll kill you.
I mean, who knows if those stories are true, but, I mean, like, how many of us live on land stolen from other people? Pretty much all of us. So.
Yeah.
I mean, like, goddamn, it happens.
Very true.
It happens.
They're terrorists. They're fucking terrorists. You can't go on government property and threaten people with violence in order to
1776.
You can't go into any place and just say anyone who tries to remove us, we're gonna kill. Like,
they are American patriots.
They've gone on this long. It's ridiculous. At first I was pissed off because a lot of people were saying if they were black, they wouldn't be doing this. And at first I was against that idea because I was like, if Black Lives Matters protesters went and took over a building in the middle of fucking nowhere, I don't think the government would do much to them because in the current political climate, they wouldn't want the heat. But it's gone on so long now, I'm starting to question maybe people were right. Maybe if they were black, maybe they would have been kicked out already.
I feel like if they were Muslim, they'd just all be dead.
Oh, if they were Muslim, for sure.
If game fucking over.
Black, maybe. Black, I think they could still be there,
Yeah, probably.
Pretty much anyone but Muslims, If it was Muslims, then it'd be like, oh, shit, fuck this.
I'm afraid. Kill them.
Kill them all. We're scared.
I mean, they're fine. Americans are fine with them doing that overseas. So I mean, hey, why would they not be fine with it here?
Did you guys know? There was a time where a bunch of protesters went to Alcatraz Island and they occupied it for 19 months, and then the federal government finally came in and made them leave.
Neat.
That's pretty crazy shit. That's kind of what made me think.
Genius.
Yeah. It was a closed prison at the time, but they were like Native American protesters protesting that used to be their land, basically, and they occupied the little island.
So it's almost the same situation. So maybe
Exactly the same thing.
Well, is it going to take how many days do they have it? 19 months? Is that how long this Ammon Bundy fuck is going to last?
I don't think so.
No way. They were asking for snacks on Facebook, dude. They're like, we're hungry.
Yeah, but Americans are full of idiots. They probably have like a shit ton of snacks.
I'll send them some Slim Jims and a few bears.
Americans are supporting them, definitely.
Pack of Cheetos.
Idiot Americans always support stupid bullshit.
Ain't that the truth?
That's what we do as a nation.
All right, here's a Glenn Beck clip. Glenn Beck warns gun control will lead to back alley medicine for people with depression.
I love it already.
Okay, cool.
I just can't get over the Obamacare part with this new gun legislation that he is proposing. And he's not even proposing. He's just going to put it in through executive order. Remove unnecessary legal barriers preventing states from reporting relevant information to the background check system. Although states generally report criminal history information, many continue to report little information about individuals who are prohibited by federal law from possessing or receiving a gun for specific mental health reasons. Some state officials raise concerns about whether such reporting would be precluded by the privacy rule, 1996, the HIPAA. Today, the Department of Health and Human Services issued a final rule expressly permitting certain HIPAA-covered entities to provide to the federal government limited demographic and other necessary information about these individuals.
So,
Republicans have been saying forever, we don't need new laws. We just got to enforce the laws we already have. So Obama wants to go ahead and enforce the fucking laws, and they go nuts. It just shows that they don't really give a shit about this issue. They're lying about their position. He does exactly what they've been saying they want to do the whole time, and they fucking go crazy about it.
Special. So he just said, Health and Human Services, you don't worry about HIPAA on this. And they wrote up deals that, no, when it comes to guns, we need to know if there's anybody in the house who is seeing a psychiatrist for depression, anything that would cause suicide. You notice his language all of a sudden is including suicides? Why? He's never talked about suicides before.
Because it's a very common way for people to kill themselves.
So by the way, are we going to get...
Yeah, I mean, like, what do you mean, why? What does suicide have to do with gun control?
Gun? That's your right. You want to kill yourself with a gun, you should be able to, goddammit. We're Americans.
Is he suggesting that people who want to keep their guns are going to go to like a drug dealer to buy, antidepressants?
They're gonna have to eschew the medical establishment and get their depression medication elsewhere because otherwise the government will take their guns away. That's the argument that's about.
Wow.
Okay, well, remember when we had Razor Fist on? He was like, I don't want anyone to be on any list because they're all really worried. The minute they get on some list, then everyone will know they have a gun, and the gun will be taken away, or their guns will be taken away. And it's like, well, if there's if you want to track different, threats or whatever you want to call it, then how would you possibly know unless someone was on a list? And I mean, a lot of these people voluntarily give their information to Google and all these other sites, but now it's like, I don't want the government to have it. It's like, well, the government can find it out anyway. It's all fucking there on the internet, you stupid fuck.
Read your emails, dipshit. They already know.
Rid of all ropes, all chairs, all buildings, all bridges. I mean,
Glenn, don't be ridiculous. We're talking about evil guns.
Yeah, I know. So once again, he's talking about suicide. Why is he talking about suicides?
Because some people shoot themselves in the fucking head.
Okay.
Many people.
You can sit there and you can sit there and talk about all these other suicide methods and shit, but come on, like, we all know it's probably, like, easiest to just shoot yourself in the head if you want, like, a really just, like,
quick,
doesn't require...
That's how I'm going to go out. Definitely.
Right. Dusty's going to shoot himself.
I'm going to get addicted to heroin first, and then shoot myself.
He's going for the Kurt Cobain ending.
That's my plan.
But yeah, I mean, like, it's a lot taking a bunch of pills, you might survive, you might puke them up, you might fucking,
you might be found, whatever.
You might call someone after you freak out that you did it. Climbing up somewhere really high and jumping down. I mean, it takes a lot of balls to make that jump, and then you got to deal with the Gun is a lot easier, you know, because you're like, oh, dead. Of course, not everyone dies. Some people just have severe brain damage.
Yeah, that is
Blow
true.
their jaw off.
Yeah.
Like morons, don't know how to do it right. You can't even kill yourself right, douchebag.
Yeah, I can see why you tried now.
Try again.
Just like when you talked about the people who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge that survived, their first reaction was immediate regret. I've heard that people that have survived gunshot wounds, self-inflicted gunshot wounds, regret it.
Of course. I would think so, yeah.
I immediately regret this decision.
Yep.
No one is like, God damn, those were the best things I ever did in my life.
Should have done this sooner.
Yeah.
This was great.
Because they're opening up HIPAA, so the doctors have to report if anybody is seeking mental health for depression or anything else. So the government will now know everything. And your son or daughter, how many of us have had our children?
Oh my God, the government already knows everything. What the fuck does it matter? The government already knows this shit anyway.
I don't even
psychiatrist
give a shit. I don't give
or
a shit if the
something.
government reads my emails. I got to hide. I put all my information on Facebook anyway.
Or for, ADD or whatever. Now the government will know that. So now what happens? I remember having this conversation during the argument on Obamacare. So now what happens? Now if you are a gun owner and you know that the government is going to find out that your son or daughter or you or your wife they're going in for medication for depression or whatever, and you know that once that's reported, the government will come in and take your guns.
So that's exactly how it's going to go down.
No, let's not go
GB.
Yeah. Air Force One will land in your front yard.
The SWAT team lands, and they're like, we have reports that your 16-year-old daughter is taking medication for depression. We need to remove all guns from the premises.
All guns are now seized.
If you do not comply, you and your family will be killed.
Even though, the Supreme Court has ruled time and time again, as recently as 2008, that the Second Amendment means anyone can own arms for the most part. You can have a gun. So how would that exactly work? It's unconstitutional, according to the Supreme Court.
I don't think Glenn Beck actually believes the shit he says. I think he's like a televangelist. He's a con man. He's just saying whatever he has to say to trick paranoid, delusional idiots into giving him money.
Oh, his ads are all like prepper kits and buy gold and be prepared for the end times. And he lives in a fucking a palatial mansion. It's like, oh yeah, Glenn, I'm sure you believe all this shit.
He writes books
You're
that people
what you preach, aren't you?
He writes books that people actually buy, and he does tours that people buy tickets to.
He's a fucking charlatan. We all know it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on from him.
Of the conservative world.
Here's I'm not really familiar with this actual individual, but
Rick Wiles, dude.
Yeah. Oh, is that who it is?
I know him.
Okay. So he's saying that God may use Russia to attack America.
This guy's always classic.
So
the Soviet Union was the world.
Maybe this isn't Rick Wiles, actually.
Evil.
Maybe it's a different
trouble,
Wiles.
Starting wars, toppling nations. It was an atheistic, God-hating nation. The Christians.
Hold on, didn't we start a war and topple a nation in Iraq? We went in there.
Shut up, man. Piece of shit.
Oh, and look at the offer. Tasty new food. €1 of food for you.
Those atheist commies, they toppled nations and just started shit everywhere. Because they were
And the thing
godless.
is, Russia's a really Christian nation these days. It's a really Christian, gay-hating nation. I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about anymore.
Well, a lot of them
Putin's
actually love Russia.
Yeah, a lot of them
Putin's
love
like
Russia.
a big Jesus freak.
We the other day we decided to look up how much money Vladimir Putin has, and he's got like $70 billion.
Yes, nobody knows that, but he's the richest man in the world. He's a straight-ass gangster, that dude.
Yep.
Was there, had to go underground.
Right.
America was the shining nation in the 50s and 60s and 70s. We stood for what was right.
Yes.
It is completely flipped upside down.
Yes.
I never thought I would say this. I never thought there would be a day that I would be saying, God bless Russia.
I told you, they fucking love it.
God bless.
They got the right idea about them faggots. God bless Russia. God bless them. Bless
Things
them.
have changed. That was cool.
Well, they don't want you to say God bless America. So God's saying, well, I'm going to move over to another country right now where the people want to bless
So
me.
God's like a petty teenage girl.
It's funny because Putin was a total commie, you know, when he was a young man.
Putin was an opportunist. That's what he is.
Well, sure.
I mean, he was in like, you know, I mean, KGB and all that shit. I mean, you don't get to those positions unless you just know how to fucking play the system and game the system.
Very true.
Talking about pornography earlier.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, no, not
Russia
pornography.
passed a law in 2015 that banned all internet pornography.
My God.
Yeah! Freedom!
A time.
Truly, Russia is a great place. You know, even in the UK, they pretty much, I think it's now like standard that all porn is turned off by your ISP. So, I mean, there's even countries in the West that are kind of doing, no, I mean, not this in particular, but something similar.
To me, that's liberalism gone insane, that type of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Internet porn is illegal in Russia.
I'm sure that ban is clearly followed.
You know, I'm sure that people don't find ways around that, yeah. And I'm also sure that it gives Russians more time to just sit around drinking vodka, too. Especially when you don't have anything else to do, you know?
I mean,
that's
shit like
it
that.
was probably the vodka industry that sponsored this legislation because they're like, people aren't drinking as much vodka now that they're just spending all their time jerking
Well,
off.
now that Boris Yeltsin is dead, the vodka consumption of Russia went down dramatically.
Okay, well, the life expectancy of like a Russian male is only like 54 years old or something now. It's insanely low.
I remember when Russia, you know, like became, you know, what it is today, the Russian Federation.
Yeah.
And their first president was Boris Yeltsin, big fat red-faced dude that was always drunk all the time.
Yeah, he came to the U.S. and famously was like wandering the streets, I think of D.C. or New York looking for pizza or something. I mean, this guy was just crazy.
Yeah,
that's
I love
a
that
fucking
shit.
leader right
Mark
there.
of Florida on his forehead.
Russia passed a law that banned homosexual pride parades for 100 years.
Stupidity! Yay!
Actually, Dusty, you were thinking of Gorbachev, the guy with this.
You're right. Sorry.
He was he was the last communist leader before they went to Yeltsin.
My
The
bad.
law that bans gay propaganda to children.
Yes.
What's going on?
Finally.
Jeff? Russia is turning to God.
Acceptance.
America.
Russia is turning to God. Russia is turning to God, Dusty.
I'm sorry, Chief. There's a great offer on the screen. There's 7 years of food for me for only $3,500, so I'm gonna have to act on that right away.
Yeah, you can get 7 years of food, 7,672 servings for just $3,500.
When the end times roll around. But I mean, aren't they going to be raptured anyways, though? So I mean,
well, you know, maybe God will miss a few or something. I don't know.
Oh, God will be lazy.
Here's the stupid thing about stockpiling shit for the end of the world. When you stockpile shit for the end of the world, all that's going to happen is the band of marauders are going to come through and kill you and take your shit. That's all you're doing. You're stockpiling for the bad guys.
The funniest one ever was Y2K. I sat there and laughed at everyone. I didn't believe that Y2K would happen for a fucking minute.
I had 50-gallon barrels, 6 of them, filled with water in my garage. I had these pills that you put in the water to purify them. I had pumps. I had $20,000 worth of cash that I hid under my hot tub in my bedroom. I mean, I was prepared as fuck for this thing, and then nothing happened, and I was embarrassed as shit.
Yeah, where were you, like, when the clock struck midnight? I was sitting outside, like, drunk as fuck, you know, like, woo!
Honestly, I was probably masturbating somewhere, but...
Oh, okay.
Knowing me. But still, it was terrifying. I bought all into that shit. You know, I used to have my own 40-acre organic farm. I was, like, really into the conspiracy theory, end of the world type shit. It sucked. It really fucking sucked.
Maybe you should talk some sense into the vigilant Christians sometime.
Bring him on. I'll let him have it. I mean, all that shit makes your life much worse. Enjoy your life as much as you can while you can. And sit around worried about all that bullshit definitely does not make your life better. It makes it much fucking worse. Stop being a moron.
That's just his worldview, guys. Come on.
Has walked away from God. America is losing her leadership in the world, and Russia is becoming the leader of the world.
No!
And if we don't understand
That's
it
not
in
even
those
happening.
contexts, we're going to keep talking about,
Why
bad
doesn't this guy move to Russia then?
Yeah, go to
Very
Russia.
simple. Move to Russia, motherfucker. He's never going to. He'd go over there for 2 days and he'd get sick of it, come back.
You know,
He don't want nothing to fucking do with
at
Russia.
At least they're actually praising these countries. Now, I'm waiting for them to start praising Saudi Arabia. Like, they're dealing with, if you're gay, they kill you. They're doing what they should.
Yeah, there's like
God's
roaming. There's like roaming gangs of like people who kill gay people.
Well, basically,
in Russia.
Oh yeah, in Russia. Let's say in Saudi Arabia, they have the religious police that go around and make sure you're acting morally.
And if you're not, they will kill you.
So fucking bad.
They got to be attacked. They got to be brought down. No, you don't understand it. God may use Russia to attack evil America.
No!
We're now the Christians. We're the Christians that are going underground.
Why does the all-powerful
Like
God
they
have to
did
use
in
other
Russia.
human beings?
Yeah, he never
God wanted
used to
us
have to do
destroyed,
that.
it's bleak.
I mean, is he also saying that the Orthodox Church is the correct church then?
Probably.
Like if God's using, because that's like the prevalent form of Christianity out there.
Well, you know what, Ben? God's switching sides. He's like, you know what, America? You're
Yep.
fucking up. No, now it's Russia.
God
Russia's
changed his
turn.
mind. Just
Yeah.
like he did from the Old Testament to the New Testament. God has to change his mind from time to time.
God just flips a fucking.
God's like, you know what? In the Old
Every now and then.
Testament, I was being a dick. I'll be a little bit nicer now. Like, thanks, God. We appreciate that.
What? They're letting faggots get married? I'm moving to Russia.
God did use a rainbow to tell everyone that he would never destroy the world by flood again.
And then the faggots stole the rainbow from him. That's why God's so sore.
Maybe that was just foreshadowing that God used.
Oh. God clearly tells us to drown the gays.
All right, next one. Pat Robertson. Kids will grow out of their LGBT lifestyle.
Way too many old queens. to
Okay,
believe that
obviously
shit.
Pat knows best.
I have a gay sister. I can tell you for sure that's not going to happen.
It's a phase. She's just a phase. Come on.
You know,
She's
it's
not
just,
growing out of that shit. Just
she's
cook.
gonna grow out of it. By the time she's 80 or 90, she won't fucking have any craving for pussy at all.
It'll be
I suddenly
gone.
want dick. I want big, wrinkly dick. Saggy balls.
She's gonna be into that.
Yeah, the extra
Once the
sagginess
men,
is what brings
once the
them
men
in.
get old enough for their fucking shriveled ball sacks to look sort of vaginal anyway,
Yeah, when they
then
become,
she'll be into those.
when she
too.
sees this octogenarian, she's just gonna be like, "Oh my god, I've missed out."
Octogenarian, more like octogenarian. Ooh.
Okay, Les says, Pat, my daughter was baptized and accepted Jesus as a child, but during the past 3 years, she believes she's
Oh,
gay.
no.
She'll be 18 in June and says she's moving
It's a
in with her
choice.
girlfriend. I
She's
believe that
evil.
she's confused, and I have reminded her of God's.
How is this possible?
Yeah, you know, the magic water we put on her as a child
Yeah.
should have fucking prevented this from happening.
She's just confused. Confused.
Satan
That's
is
what God's
obviously.
promised. God has promised that she would be straight.
God, that's one of God's promises, yeah.
her. I don't accept this lifestyle because I believe God's word and truth for marriage. I continue to believe and pray for revelation and God's truth over her. How do I have a relationship with her?
Love her and let her know you love her, and don't ever stop loving her. And
Wow. Okay. So far, Pat Robertson has actually given good advice
Yeah.
up till this point.
When you give him
up to this point,
when you give him like a little split second window, he could say something okay.
There was one time he was like, "I think it's crazy that people go to jail for smoking marijuana." I was like,
Wow.
"Whoa, Pat."
Smeagol's got a point.
Yeah.
At least you know Pat's thinking for himself a little bit.
and let her know that you will be there for her whenever she needs it. But you've got to let her know, too, clearly what you just said. You don't accept the lifestyle.
Don't accept
it. It's a difficult thing, but I think many
Your
young
goddamn
people,
business, fuck you.
they think they're transsexual and they think they've got to have a sex change operation. They've got to do this.
Yeah. No.
They think
that
they're
kind of veered off there. But
Yeah. This has nothing to do with that.
Okay, I have some better advice. I have some much easier advice.
Same thing.
I mean, it's so vastly different
Dusty,
in so many ways.
I gotta let you know, though. I don't agree with your hairstyle.
Really? What's the problem with it?
You look too
Goes against
old,
God's
Dusty.
promise for me.
Oh, you want him to put more just for men?
Yeah,
in
you
his hair?
gotta dye it back. You know, get those years off the clock again,
Yeah.
Dusty. You're making me feel old.
I'm just gonna grow up gracefully.
No,
The cool
no.
thing is, I'm like Steve Martin. If I just let it go gray now, then I'll look the same for the next 30 years.
In 10 years, he'll be Kenny Rogers.
More like in 10 minutes.
Gotta hold 'em.
All right.
10 minutes.
Let's see more of this
That and
shit.
the other. And they don't really know what they're talking about because they're too young to know. And I have a feeling.
Every time I listen to him talk and look at his face, I always feel on some level that maybe he's just an animatronic puppet. It's like his forehead looks too big.
Look at his ears.
No. His ears kind of like poke out like a fucking Ferengis or something.
No, you're wrong. Because remember the one time they discussed money and he just came to life. That's how I know he's not a robot.
Maybe he's just a money-grubbing robot.
Feeling the same thing. You know, there's nothing that says that somebody can't be attracted to the opposite sex. Young girls have crushes, and they have crushes on their teachers, and they have crushes on other girls as well as boys. And that's one of those things that happens. But that'll get differentiated as she gets older.
Yeah, you know, don't worry. It's just going to go away. I mean, I guess it might. I've definitely known some girls who went through the lesbian phase or whatever, but, you know, don't count on it. I mean, what the fuck? That's terrible advice. That might not be the case at all.
But if she gets wrapped up in
that gay away.
that lifestyle, she may never get out of it. So all I can say is love her and pray for her.
Love her and pray for her. Should have just stuck with loving her.
All right.
You don't want
you have to remember,
don't let cunt.
religion is more
Mind your fucking
important.
business what she does.
Here is a video from a Trump rally. Some people went there that were against Trump that had some signs. And this kind of captures what happened when the Trump supporters noticed that they were there.
They were politely asked to leave.
Obamacare is a disaster. We're going to roll
America's already great.
Okay, so far they're just sitting there.
So I just want to point out they have a sign that said America's already great. That
Patriots should love.
I'll bring that up later. But yeah, something happens later that's kind of ironic because they tear up the sign.
You're at a Trump rally? We're not going to ditch those. We're going to say, ditch them. You know, when you think of it, all of the disagree with this? That we all want. Yeah, I said ditch them. Very simple.
So these guys are holding signs. Yeah. And then these fucking, like, basically these apes just go, oh, you had no right to have that sign, I'm angry! It's like, why don't you just calm down? All they're doing is holding a sign that you don't agree with. It's not like there's, like, jumping in front of the fucking Trump, like, fuck Trump! They're mildly saying they're like, this is our form of protest, and these people still can't even handle that. The guy's holding on to a little like sliver of the sign.
God.
Freedom of speech, but not for those assholes.
Eventually, Trump notices what's going on and he says a few things. You can kind of hear him in the background.
I tell people, sometimes I'll be rough. I'll say, get him out of here.
Yeah.
And then one time, 2 weeks later,
The cops are coming to remove them now.
Get them out of
Oh my
there.
God, I dare you to say America's great.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
America's a piece of shit.
They took a sign that said America is great and tore it up. Okay? And then later on, you'll see the ultimate hypocrisy.
Truly, they are patriots.
Just wait.
They're gonna chant USA, right?
Yes.
What's going on back
So why did they have to leave? Because they held up signs.
I think because Trump wanted them to get kicked out. Okay. Yeah, I thought I heard him say get them out of here. Isn't that what he said?
Who was he, Matt Dillhunty?
The balls are not.
He didn't ask us to leave. They asked us to leave. If he wants to ask us to leave, he can. He wants to ask us to leave. You want us to leave? You want us to leave? You want to close that?
USA! USA! Come on, crowd. USA! USA! We love freedom. Get out of here.
Here it is.
USA!
Is this
USA?
What
What a
is this
fucking empty slogan. These people are so fucking empty. Love it.
They just tore up a sign that said
America's already great.
Yeah, and they tore it up like fuck you guys. How dare you say that? And now they're chanting USA.
We love freedom of speech until it disagrees with us.
How retarded are these people?
They're so retarded that they're voting for Donald Trump. This is like
just typical mob mentality.
America's gone full retard. Honestly, if we fucking fumigated these events and just eliminated these people from the gene pool, we'd really be
just
doing
look at all these people too. They're all just these angry, like fucking middle-aged white people. Like this country's being destroyed. It's
look at the guy on the right. Look,
how's
at
it being
him.
destroyed?
Look how pissed off he
Yeah.
looks.
They're so mad.
But he loves freedom so much.
Calm the fuck down.
All these guys did, and let's just be reminded of this, where they were just holding some signs, and these people literally could not take it. It's like have them forcibly removed from the venue for holding some signs.
We can't stand your difference of opinion.
Is it even a difference of opinion? The sign just said America's already great.
That's all it said.
It's not.
And they're
Shouldn't be.
chanting USA, so obviously everyone here
These
likes
motherfuckers
America, so what's the problem?
Well, they're what's not great about America. Just look at them. They're the fucking worst part of America, it seems like.
Yeah,
one of the
these
groups.
people actually are a standing refutation of the sign that they tore up. So,
y'all,
yeah, they're
example.
yeah, they're full of shit. Let's see. We'll do Alex Jones. Maybe aliens really do run the world.
Finally, he
Alex
realizes
Jones, the
the
boy who
true
cried
truth.
Your hero, Dusty.
He used to be my hero.
I
used
know-
to watch
I know.
Alex Jones 4 hours every single day. I used to love this motherfucker when I was retarded.
That's what got the vigilant Christian into what he's doing now. So,
Poor bastard. He's like where I was 15 years ago.
yeah, you could have
catch up.
been. You could have been the vigilant Christian.
I was a vigilant.
The vigilant
Christian.
Dusty.
Vigilant Dusty.
Vote with our money to never support big globalist operations and literally keep our children with other like-minded people and understand we are in an occupied planet. I mean, it's like childhood's end. I'm not saying it's aliens. I mean, you're saying it's interdimensional, whatever. Probably. I mean, it's just so obvious. It's out to destroy us. It's anti-human. Archetype, whatever. It's evil aliens want to get us. I mean, I'm not saying that. You're saying that. The point is that it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. They want to abort planet Earth. They want to play God. They want everything ugly.
Yeah, like this is like the level of fucking certainty this guy's arguing from. We know it's happening. Maybe it's aliens. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but it's happening.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't even matter if it's aliens or not. Like I think it kind of does. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that the question of whether or not this is aliens doing whatever you're saying they're doing. I think that's kind of an important issue.
Major distinction.
Want to mutate every species. They might as well be, whatever from the ninth dimension because they're that anti-human. The elites say they're a new species. They say they're splitting off from us. They say, I don't believe in God, but I'm about to become God. If you're Ray Kurzweil. This is their big conferences. I know.
Dusty, Dusty, when you were into all this conspiracy shit, did you think that there was like a group of people that collectively ran, the Illuminati, or did you think
the Illuminati.
you thought that, or did you think they had one definitive leader? And who did you think
Alex
it
Jones
was?
assured me the Illuminati existed and they run the world, so of course I believed him. Why wouldn't I?
How did
Such
you
an
think
upsetting individual?
Did you think the Illuminati though was like a group that equally ran things together, or did you think that there was someone who actually pulled the strings, you know,
I
over
thought it was
everyone?
like a board of directors that met at the Bilderberg,
Yeah.
you know, meetings and pulled the strings and decided what was going to happen in the country and the world.
So
bullshit.
interesting. It's so interesting
I
to
also
get
heard that
inside the
it's-
minds of the people that think that way.
Yeah, it's a really fucked up mentality. And I also recently heard his wife just left him, and she got $1.2 million. So Alex Jones is making bank. I guess the aliens made her leave him.
I wonder if that was half of his money, or if they had like a prenup or something like that.
I don't think that was half of his money, because I've looked up his net worth before, and it was larger than that.
Oh, okay.
Rich billionaires, as I'm sure you do. I know powerful Hollywood people, and they've come to me. In fact, I want to look at the camera and tell the viewers this, and go back to David Icke. I'm talking to billionaires, Hollywood stars. You've heard a lot of them here on air, folks. I don't make this stuff up. I tell you, the Putin listens to the show, you know, watches, and we'll let him get an interview. I tell you, Matt Drudge, listener, boom, he shows up. I mean, we don't, you know, Louis Farrakhan, huge listener. You're like, well, Louis Farrakhan, yeah, he's changing. Wait till you see the interview. The point is,
Louis Farrakhan is changing.
Louis Farrakhan, really? He's having Louis Farrakhan on his show.
This should be interesting. We gotta watch that.
Yeah, I want to watch that one.
Didn't Louis Farrakhan believe that white people were created by an evil scientist like 500 years ago or something?
He's
some Dragon Ball Z shit like that.
The Nation of Islam is a crazy fucking religion. Like what they believe. I mean, like, you can look at all religions and just be like, religion overall is strange, but their shit is just like, wow, how is it such a big religion now? It's kind of like Mormon. It's kind of like Mormons in a way, you know. It's just that weird.
I do want to say to the chat that keeps asking where Paul's ego is. Paul's ego is he's dead. Paul's ego is at a hotel with really shitty internet.
Yeah, circumstances beyond our control, and then we're all going to be traveling shortly too.
Yeah, because remember, Paul is coming to LA with us.
So. Yep. So, I mean, anyone who's in that area within a reasonable distance that's not coming, that's a fan of the show, you're a loser. I'm sorry.
You're a loser. Anyway, all right, I think that's enough news-related shit.
Yeah.
This is a good segue into crazy people.
All right. Yeah, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Ken Hovind, love him.
All right. First on crazy people, Theodore Shoebat.
Oh, we love him.
But these Chick-fil-A Christians, these Kirk Cameron types, they would rather just acquiesce to the enemy. People like Michael Corrin, people like Peter LaBarbera, and yes, I'm talking to you, Peter, you traitor, you filthy.
By the way, I've gotten some of this guy's backstory. He is Arabic, and he is converted to Christianity.
Right.
Yeah. I wasn't.
He's a total lunatic.
Pig, you traitor. You betrayed
Well,
Christ.
he's a
You
proper
betrayed
Christian.
Christianity.
When we had Mercedes Carrera on here, she was like saying that he looked like a Muslim. So,
well, he's a Christian, but he brings the fervor of a Muslim, that's for sure.
When you turned your back on me and demanded that I be removed from a documentary. For those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about.
Documentary?
Some people came to me and said, we want you to be in a documentary to expose
a documentary? Documentary. I want to be in a documentary. It's like, oh my God. Wow. All right.
Homosexual agenda. They wanted to take clips from my video where I was calling homosexual bakeries and showing their hypocrisy. I called up 13 homosexual bakeries and I asked them,
there are
give me a
homosexual
cake
bakeries?
that says gay marriage.
Yes.
You go in and you like fuck the baker? Is that the way that works?
was he just calling like
fabulous bakery,
the erotic bakers?
I don't know what he was. Who
doing.
knows what his
cares
definition
even?
was? Yeah.
He finds like the erotic bakery in the phone book, and he's like, "Are you gay?" And like some of the people said yes.
You in the
and he's
ass,
like,
please.
yeah, homosexual baker.
Is wrong. All of them denied me service. I put it on video. It went viral. It went all over the news. All these conservative media outlets were picking it up.
What do you ask for, a Jesus cake or something?
For permission to take clips from the video of me calling up these bakeries and put it in their documentary. I said, okay, no problem. We're all friends. We're all in the same fight. No worries. They took clips. The documentary was published. It was already out. Peter LaBarbera was one of the Christian activists in this documentary. Some sodomites came in and began to write articles against Peter LaBarbera, saying, why is Peter in the same video with Theodore Shoebat? Instead of ignoring the sodomite, or instead of using the controversy in order to promote the documentary, instead of fighting them and standing by me, a fellow Christian, he demands that I be removed from the documentary. Let me get this straight.
No!
You participate in a documentary to fight the homosexual agenda, and when the homosexual agenda confronts you, you demand that I be removed. Who's fighting the homosexual agenda here? You are acquiescing to the homosexual agendas. You make a documentary about
fight the homosexuals. Your hatred for faggots is like, you know, I'd say on a scale from 1 to 10, you hate faggots like a 3 or 4. I hate faggots like a solid 10. Well, you're just brainwashed by the homosexual lobby. So this guy is right. Look, he is a true Christian, TJ. He is a true Christian.
That's why he has a half-naked man hanging up in a picture behind him. Because he hates
He worships that man. He worships every inch of his body every night.
Sure he does. Yeah, his cock is hanging down.
It's a divine penis.
He loves every cell of his body.
And when the sodomites say something, you acquiesce to them. You're not fighting the homosexual agenda. You're acquiescing to them. You're helping advance
Finally, someone speaks the truth.
Because you betrayed true Christianity.
Yeah.
When God demands the death penalty for the sodomite, you go against God himself. When Moses demands it, when Joshua demands it, when Jehu demands it, when the prophets, when the saints, when the holy monastics demand it, you go against it. When Christ himself demands it, you go against it. You are an enemy
like you're
of
saying,
Christ.
because Luke Skywalker demands it, Darth Vader demands it.
You cowards, you superficial, empty skeletons, you walking
Jesus demanded I would be in this, what does he call it, a documentary?
Superficial
documentary
reprobates who call yourselves Christians. You are false prophets. You are pigs. You are worse than pigs. You are lower than Sodom and Gomorrah.
Pigs now.
Wait a minute. So wait, lower than Sodom and Gomorrah?
If you're a Christian that doesn't hate gay people as much as Theodore Shoebat, then you're worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. How does that make sense?
Traitor.
You're basically saying
worse than guys who actually fuck other guys in the ass.
The thing that I hate most, you're worse than them.
Yeah, you're fucking worse than
because
people
you hate them slightly less than me.
that wanted to have sex with angels. You're worse than them. An angry mob that wanted to fuck angels. Come
Rape
on.
angels. An angry mob of angel rapists.
Well, come on. You know the angels would have wanted it at that point. I mean, come on.
If you saw how those angels were dressed, you would know.
For
So
sexy
what?
angels.
They
asking
lived in an angel rape culture.
Because you deceive people. You promote, supposedly portray yourselves as promoters of family values in Christianity when you're nothing but demonoids.
Demonoid phenomenon.
The demonoids? Is that like...
You're a demonoid!
It reminds me of like the, what was it, the Noid from Domino's?
Oh, God. Why does everyone remember that shit? Why did that leave such an impression? Yeah, what the fuck?
Marketing, man. It's powerful.
Yeah, I don't know why that's always brought up as like one of the worst marketing things.
There was a video game, too.
I played that video game.
We should do that on Rage Feed. I know I have that game.
We should play that.
Yes. God, it's so bad.
I remember it being good, but I was a retarded kid.
All right, here's Josh Feuerstein.
Hey guys, what's up? Josh Feuerstein here. You know, the other day I had somebody say, how can you believe in a God that you cannot see? Well, interesting, because you show up to a murder scene and you believe in a murderer. Why? Even though he's not there anymore, you see the evidence of him. The same thing with God. Even though we cannot see him with our naked eye, we can see the evidence of him. Now, I understand what you're saying. You want to be able to see God or understand why you can't. Well, let me break it down for you scientifically. The first thing that God...
yeah, we know murders happen.
I've seen them. Yeah, Stephen Avery. I can see murderers. You guys are going to laugh later when you watch the documentary, but...
Well, not only that, it's like, let's say that there's a gunshot victim, basically. We know someone at some point pointed a gun at them and shot them because they're dead of a gunshot wound, apparently. It's not like, oh, well, you know, they're not there anymore, so we don't just say it happened magically. It's like, well, yeah, but we all know that could happen. And like, there's videos online which shows that act.
God does is he says, I am light. I mean, think about that. Out of the very mouth of God, he says, let there be light, and there was light.
Well, we can't see
Before
his
there
mouth.
was ever even a sun, there was light, because God is light. Now think about this. He has angels of light, sits on a throne of light, lives in a kingdom of light. The Bible says he cloaks himself in light. Now, if God is light, then now we see what Albert Einstein was saying when he said E equals mc squared, which means energy equals mass times the constant of the speed of light, which means that if I throw mass at 186,000 miles per second, the speed of light, now it becomes energy. And now Albert Einstein says you wouldn't even age if you could travel at the speed of light. Now you understand why God has no beginning or end, because he's not subject to time, because he is traveling at the speed of light, because he is light. Now, here's why you can't see him. Do you realize that you and I, well, we have a finite understanding of what we're able to see. Between 300 and 700 nanometers on this infinite spectrum of light, you and I are able to perceive things that fall within the parentheses of 300 and 700 nanometers. Now, if God cloaks himself in light, that means that he lives on a different wavelength of light, light that you and I cannot comprehend, which is why the Bible says don't focus on the world that you
God's
can
all
see.
powerful. He could reveal himself to us.
He did plenty of times in the past.
Yeah, so it's like, even if you bought into this argument, which is totally ridiculous and fallacious, like, God could reveal himself at any moment.
Yeah, why was it
and
only...
God is supernatural. He's beyond nature, so that's not even really relevant.
Yeah. How come, for that short window, in the Bible, God was around all the time?
And had prophets all the time.
Right.
Yeah, not to mention some of his physics claims are really terrible.
Focus on the
God
world
is
that
light.
you can't.
Light has a finite speed. Does that mean God is limited?
Exactly.
Cannot see, because God lives on a light spectrum that is outside of the 300 to 700 nanometers that you and I are able to perceive.
God is a different kind of light, Dusty. They can do things that
there
light...
you go.
He's a light
Checkmate, Dusty.
that doesn't choose to reveal himself ever.
He's magic light.
Himself.
He's magic light that exists beyond your perception, you fucking morons. Don't you understand? If something goes the speed of light, it becomes energy, even though it...
Well, you know, what happens if God runs into a black hole? Because it can't escape. I mean, so what happens with God then? Yeah.
God is fucked.
Is God just stuck then in the black hole?
People in the chat are complaining that they've already seen this video.
We played it before, but we didn't get very far into it, so I didn't really see the harm.
Yeah,
Too bad. Fuck you, chat.
We got about like a split second into it last time.
Yeah, because TJ gets annoyed. He's like, next! Next!
No, it was... I think it was JF that was on or something, and he was just like tearing it apart.
Yeah.
So...
I'm just happy the all-powerful God chose this guy to broadcast this message to us all.
All right.
Wise.
We're going to move on. Here is a video that we can talk about because I'm sure it relates to what's going on with Dusty and Matt Dillhunty. The video is called Can Black People Be Racist?
Yes. That's the answer.
Cat. Black you. Yeah, I know it's probably black, whatever.
Your questions, my brutal honesty. Hey guys, it's Kat, and it's time for your weekly dose of True Tea. If you want more True Tea and you want to get it every single week,
Why,
be sure
Dusty?
to subscribe to my
Why
channel
you
so you can get True Tea
motherfucker?
every single
It's
Sunday.
just giving me a super
It's
feminist vibe, and it's just not working for me.
Clearly she is, but you shouldn't judge by labels either, Dusty.
Yeah, she has hearts, multiple hearts.
Maybe she's a perfectly intelligent person. We'll see.
Lovely time. It's a lovely way for you to just wind wind down at the end of your week, and then go into Monday and have it just ruined all over again. All right, so let's just jump right into
I relate to whatever
email.
she's talking about.
In
Wow,
what
this shit is so
situations do you think an African American can be racist?
I actually think the term African
I've
American
been
is
following
racist.
a lot of your social
Black people
media,
are not
and I would really.
African-Americans. They're Americans, just like me. They're just as much of American as I am. I'm not a European American, and if you're not from Africa, you're not African American. You're an American, like me. We're the same.
Yeah, it's pretty weird because the only people who go around calling themselves European Americans tend to be people who are like white supremacists. Sounds like we got a bunch of racists in this show. So I mean, like, you know, feeling the need to identify your country of origin, like modify it. Like, I'm not just an American; I'm an African American. Like it's some separate class from regular Americans and needs different, needs to be treated differently because we gave it a different label.
I'd like to fully understand your viewpoints. Thanks. So, first and foremost, I think that we need to make a distinction between racism and prejudice, right? Because I think that a lot of us, especially if we grew up in like the...
All right, here's the distinction. Prejudice could be based on things other than just race, but racial prejudice is racism. Unless, if that's the distinction, wrong. If that's the distinction you're going to make, I'm fine with it. But I know you're going to make this totally different, wild
Dusty, you
distinction.
disagree with what TJ just said?
No, I was disagreeing with what she's saying. TJ's right, obviously.
90s, we have this kind of view of
obviously
racism where it's always this prejudice on the basis of your skin tone. Every time I have a conversation with a white person about this, they always end up doing this thing where they screenshot the definition of racism and they're like, well, here's what racism is. Da, 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 da.
Yes. It has a definition.
It's so
That's
annoying
what
how they
works out.
I think you're misusing this word. Oh my God. Get your cishet white dictionary away from me. And of course, she just engaged. And she just engaged in racism right there. She's like, every time I talk to white people are just incapable of understanding.
Whiteys.
God, they're so dumb.
You know, and let me just say this, right? If racism were simply just someone not liking me because I'm black, that would be pretty sweet, to be honest with you. If racism were only...
You're an idiot. How would that be sweet?
Yeah, what?
What? You realize the whole problem, all these quote-unquote systemic problems you complain about, if they come from anywhere, it comes from exactly that. Someone looking at your skin and saying, I don't like you because you're not as good. So that is the very definition of racism. All right? Because that is the underlying thing that creates all the other problems that you want to address. Yeah, look at superficial characteristics to making a determination about somebody.
But see, the whole point of this is they want to be able to write themselves out of the definition. They want to be able to call everybody else racist, but say, we can't be racist. We're not even capable of it.
Of course they do.
Double standard. They're trying to change the definition to get away with this bullshit.
Intellectual tap dancing so that, you know, they're exempt from their own definition, so that they're free to criticize others for things that they themselves can do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this kind of bullshit is being spread by lots of self-hating whites like Beth Presswood. And unfortunately, Matt Dillhunty seems to be on board with this too. This is the new loony left.
Hey, you're black. I don't like you. That's cool. You know, I would be whatever. Because to me, it's really easy for me to just dismiss somebody who doesn't like me because of something I can't help, you know, and that I wouldn't change. My melanin on fleek. You know what I mean? But that's not what racism is.
You know, how is it not racism? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It is. That's exactly what racism is. It's just...
Yeah, it's like a textbook definition. Dusty, you know, I know you used to identify as a liberal. You said you can't do it anymore because it's just gotten too stupid. Paul, I was talking to Paul, and he kind of said, you know, fuck that. I'm not letting them kick me out of fucking liberalism or whatever. I feel like I'm kind of in the middle where I'm like, I kind of don't want to just give the term up to these ultra PC language police who hate the First Amendment.
Yeah. Don't let them hijack it.
Yeah, I don't want to let them take it from me because, you know, I've always been a liberal pretty much since I was like 22 or something.
Yeah.
So for the last 8 years of my life anyway. But at the same time, you know, I sympathize with you because it's like I hate even having to like
explain I'm liberal, but then explain in addition to that, like, but I don't buy into this, and this.
I was wondering how Dusty feels about the term regressive. Do you feel that it's overused?
Yeah, it is. It's a good term, but it is totally being overused. I've actually kind of been guilty of that myself. But it's the same way I feel about like libertarianism and the word feminism. Like libertarian, I'm actually a libertarian socialist. I'm a Bernie Sanders supporting libertarian socialist. But the American version of libertarianism is so different than what libertarianism is actually about that you have to kind of separate yourself and you can't associate with those people because they're nuts. Same with feminism. Of course, I'm for equality. I think women should be treated exactly the same as men, but that's not what the word means anymore. They've changed the definition, so I can't call myself that anymore. It's not my fault. I wish I could.
Yeah, I feel where you're coming from.
It's a very rational position, I believe.
Right? Racism is so much more than that. Racism is a system. I've already talked about this. Racism is a system. Racism is an ideology. Right?
Racism is a system.
The ideology.
Racism is a system.
Let's not do some more like liberal arts, language bullshit, tap dancing. Oh, well, we have to look at the etymology of a word, then we understand the word, then we know what this means. Really what it means is this. Like, no one's thinking about that. No one's looking at it from that point of view.
Racism is a system.
Except these people.
Racism is a system.
All right, sorry.
Institutionalized racism. It has its own definition. Institutionalized racism is not the same as racism. Just like a serial killer is not the same thing as a killer. You know, they're different terms. They have different definitions. You can't just change the definition of a word because you fucking want to write yourself out of it.
I'm sorry, that's too nuanced for her.
Apparently you can.
Yeah.
In America, at least, it's one of white supremacy, right? And what do I mean by that? You know, because a lot of people, they think of racism and they think, you know, KKK members burning crosses on your front yard, right?
Yeah, of course.
That is, of course, racism. But racism is so much more than that. To me, racism is segregation. Racism is something like slavery that was still allowed to happen. Racism is the redlining of school districts that keep brown and black people in impoverished schools and impoverished areas. Racism is systemic. Right? And when I'm having conversations about racism I'm not talking about that one time this white kid, you know, called me a bad name. For me, when I have conversations about racism, I'm talking about forced sterilization, rape, murder, genocide, all of these things. I'm not talking about, oh my God.
So, which of those are going on right now exactly in America?
Yeah, I'm confused.
I don't remember. Who are we genociding? Are we genociding black people in America? Because I'm pretty sure we're not.
And if a black person targets a white person and kills them because of their race, are they capable of racism or not? I mean, none of it makes any sense.
I would say even like people, I would say right now, people who look like they could possibly be Muslim are under a larger microscope than black people in America.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for certain.
Like, and we've even heard, you know, stories about Sikhs who look like they could possibly be Muslim to people who don't know what the fuck they're looking at.
They wear a turban.
And there's been like cases of people, you know, lashing out against them thinking that they're Muslim.
Yeah, there's been a number of incidents in California. There was in Wisconsin, someone would have killed a bunch of them because they were like, oh, these are Muslims. We got to take care of this problem. And it's like,
wow. No, they're Indians.
You're so ignorant.
It's got to suck when you're not only are you killed for what you believe, but you're killed because someone else thinks you believe something that you actually don't.
Because people are stupid as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you shouldn't be going around killing Muslims, obviously, but killing Sikhs because you think they're Muslim is just one step dumber.
Killing Muslims for Muslim extremism makes no sense.
This white person was mean to me. That's just not what it is. Black people can absolutely be prejudiced, but they have not held the power in this country to actually systemically oppress a white person.
We have a black president. Just want to point that out.
No,
I don't buy this argument that black
biracial president.
I mean, they want to put this argument out that black people are totally powerless. Like they're just nothing but victims, but it's not true. There are a lot of black people in the government. The president is fucking black. Black people are not these victims you want to paint it. I actually think she's being racist towards her own people because she's basically making black people seem pathetic, like they have actually no power in this country whatsoever. And it's absolutely not true. Black people have a lot of power in this country. They do. We have a fucking black president, goddammit.
Well, she's not the black president.
I mean, isn't the richest woman in America black? Oprah?
Oprah?
Yeah.
Hello, Mississippi and Oprah.
But, you know, every time I have this conversation...
All right, next.
Yeah, You can't take it anymore.
What else are we gonna say?
It's a nonsensical argument.
We've heard the argument a million times. We know.
You know, you can be a bigot, you can be prejudiced, but you can't be racist because racism is prejudice plus power. That's their bullshit.
We don't agree.
We get the argument. It's stupid. We rejected it.
You have your definition of racism. We have the old actually proper definition, and your definition is actual shit because it actually takes all of the nuance out of it and fucking makes it so that you have no responsibility in racism.
Their definition is racist. Basically, they believe that racism is one of the most evil things in the world, and only white people are inferior enough to be capable of this. That is a racist attitude. That's exactly what I was arguing with Beth Prethwood about. I mean, that is fucking the heart of racism. Racism is believing somebody else is inferior based on their race. That's exactly what they're saying here. We're the only ones capable of racism because we're white. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna let you be racist against a black person in our presence. I'm not gonna let you be racist against me because I'm white. I'm gonna call that bullshit out everywhere.
Oh man, you guys are gonna hate me.
What are you doing?
These videos.
What videos?
All right, so the next one is a feminist slam poem.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit, man. God.
All right.
Really?
Here we go.
Again? Fuck. Oh, this could be horrible.
I get that it can be hard to understand people who physiologically need attention like others need oxygen. In our society, we value independence the way the media values Brad Pitt, or quite ironically, plane crashes. That whore, they shout as I walk through the hallways with my skirt hiked up.
Why is it ironic that they value plane crashes? What's the irony?
What those plane crashes?
What's the irony of it, though? I don't get the irony. Brad Pitt and plane
Slam
crashes.
poetry. You don't understand, man.
I guess I don't. I guess I don't.
So high, it's like a calling that my virginity is not like climbing up Mount Everest. So no wonder the first time that I delved into the depths of a strange man's waistband was purely for that one dreaded word. Attention. Insecurity burst through the gates of hell and possessed me, consumed me, became me. My name spelled worthless unless...
So, like, the first time she got her hands on a dick, like, she feels remorseful about that, and now she's pissed.
She just did it for attention, man. I just did it to impress him, and then he didn't fucking like me afterwards, so he's evil.
This reminds me of something that happened to me the other day. One of my fans sent me a picture of her tits. Like, she sent me a dozen pictures of her tits. And then she started freaking out. She's like, I can't believe I did that. I just wanted you to like me because I'm such a big fan. I feel so ashamed. What the fuck is wrong with you? Get a hold of yourself.
Proceeded by the words, I love you. Every tick of the clock alone in my bed is a knife to the chest. Endless. Deadly. I was told that I was sexually assaulted because I said no, and he treated me like a magic 8-ball that you could just shake until he got the answer that he did know, but I'm not a magic 8-ball. I'm on the island of misfit toys being pushed against the drywall. You are playing with a toy that is broken, tears and all, because who wants me?
Yeah. Wow. So deep. So powerful.
Nice teeth. I like her skin.
For an hour.
It's very
You
pale.
can call me a coward in that moment when I was suffocated by the greedy body on top of me. I gasped for air like refugees grasp for comfort, hope, and dreams. And in that moment, I could feel like I was wanted, validated.
I mean, I just want to put something out there for everyone here. We have so many of these videos because this is actually popular among this
really?
Yeah. I mean, they're everywhere, and there's ones we've watched where there's a crowd of people. It never shows how big the crowd is, but sometimes it sounds like there's a numerous crowd.
Wow.
For this kind of shit.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of SJW shit out there. This is not like
So this is popular. That's why there's so much of
we're
this
not
garbage
just
out
searching
there.
desperately for the
It's
I
horrible.
would go see slam poetry regardless of who the fuck was doing it, much less this bitch.
Attractive. So I'm sorry if attention is iron and I'm anemic, self-control and I'm bulimic. I don't ask for your approval. It's an inhaler and I'm asthmatic. How do you live in a body that's supposed to be yours when all you want is for someone to claim it, like Columbus or some damn conquistador? And you never know when enough is enough because yeah, you have friends, but they say you only have you in the end. And that's fucking terrifying. I need to learn to love myself when it seems like no one else is verifying that I'm worthy of love on a daily basis. And
This is not even a poem. This is not a
whiny
poem.
shit.
This is not. What the fuck?
This is a whiny rant that rhymes.
It barely
It's a near-death
rhymes.
experience.
It barely fucking rhymes. The meter is way off. There's no fucking rhythm. Half the time you don't even know what the fuck she's saying. She misdescribes things. She calls things ironic, and then there's no reason. I don't even understand why the fuck it's supposed to be ironic. And, like, nothing makes any fucking sense. And, like, so many words are chosen just to
Okay.
rhyme with other words.
It's just feminist bullshit. What do you really expect? What fucking standard did you have going into this where it's like, I expect some slam poetry? You know, I expect, you know, a decent effort. You know, like, what the fuck did you honestly expect with
There's
this
been
shit?
better ones than this, for fuck's
There
sake.
has been better. Well, this is a fucking feminist bullshit.
Oh, my God.
It's agonizing. How do you shout? I'm needy. Don't leave me. When you cancel our plans, I get physically queasy. Attention.
Ah! It's terrible.
God, what is wrong with her? She has no
Yeah.
self-esteem.
Yeah, she's like, basically, I'm insecure, so it's like, your fault. It's like, well, that's not really some guy's fault. That's your fault.
It's totally her fault.
my
Shut the fuck up.
It is my crack, LSD, and ecstasy, so what am I to do? Tell me. Because I'm tired of tears stinging my eyes like hornets in a bedroom that feels like a tomb. What am I to
Oh
do?
my
so that my only
God.
sense of self-worth is not limited to boys telling me what they want to do to me underneath the covers at night or in the bathroom at a fucking Applebee's. And the irony that the only
The bathroom
Hold
at
on.
Applebee's.
Hold on.
Damn, that guy was like, he was big ball. He's like,
That's-
bitch, we going to Applebee's.
That's very specific.
We go to fucking the bathroom.
And then after Applebee's, we go fuck at the Applebee's. All right.
What I'm guessing was like she was like one of the people at the bar, like hanging out at Applebee's, you know, while everyone like paired off, and then at the end of the night, they're they're like, just fuck at Applebee's.
I
Yeah.
don't understand why she has low self-esteem.
Okay, it's economical.
Not doing
Yeah,
that.
man. They're trying to save some fucking money. You know, it's a bad economy. Come on.
You shouldn't even be eating at Applebee's, let alone fucking there.
That was so specific that we have
2
to
for 20.
assume that you were fucking at Applebee's. Do you understand that?
I agree.
TJ will fuck at Applebee's, but he won't eat there.
TJ loves Applebee's, actually.
I guess the mediocre food will prepare people for the mediocre
TJ,
sex.
you love Applebee's in your heart. I can just tell. Because there'll be times I'll be driving around like, man, let's go to Applebee's. I'm like,
because we haven't been to Applebee's in like 3 years.
It's so fucking disgusting. It's like microwave fucking food.
I know, but I
can
just
just go to a fucking grocery store and buy microwave
I just
food.
want to eat a fucking Applebee's once.
You do? Really?
What is an Applebee's?
So you want to? It's Scotty. Okay.
No, I hate it too, but
No,
I
you
haven't been
don't.
there in like 3
No,
years.
you
I
don't.
just
You
want to
love
fucking
it.
remind myself what Applebee's is.
You'll give it another
Ben,
chance.
just think of the true TJ.
But no,
does he really hate it?
But no. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to restaurants, I think Scotty is more picky than TJ.
That's true.
I am definitely more picky, but
Yeah.
Applebee's still sucks.
I agree that Applebee's sucks. It's horrible.
I haven't been there in a long time, but I'll go back. Let's let's film a video at Applebee's.
TJ just wants to go to Applebee's so he can have sex in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Honestly, I just want to eat
This
some
was the
fucking,
best-
spinach dip.
Applebee's should play this as the commercial.
Yeah, this should be their new
for
slogan.
Applebee's, because we were all like, yeah, I could go for some. Well, not Scotty, but me and TJ are like, yeah, let's go to Applebee's now.
This is an Applebee's commercial. Yeah. It's a very subtle Applebee's commercial. Let's move on because I don't think she's gonna say anything else that's like gold like the Applebee's line. End on that high note.
That was the apex. Definitely.
Oh my God, I have too much feminist shit. Oh, hold on. This one's going to make TJ especially happy. Do you see the title for this?
I'm back.
Yeah.
sort of.
Are you ready?
Okay.
For who it is?
All right.
Someone's back.
I'm ready.
Hi guys, how's it
Oh,
going?
wow.
I know it's been a while. It's been about 6 months.
And your haircut is
I
still
kind of
horrible.
left, pretty immediately. Didn't make videos for a while. And I mean, there's a lot of
waiting for the
reasons
chat
for why
room.
I did that for a little bit. The first issue is there was a lot of just personal things going on for me in 2015. After 2014 was a bad election and my contract ended, and a lot of like weird personal shit happened where it was tough for me to get a job where I lived. So
You
I
got
did some
fired from
minimum wage
Arby's.
jobs, and I also worked at a call center. But I eventually got a really nice job doing analytics for an advertising agency in Detroit.
Sweet.
I also managed a city council race like I did. My schedule was busy. I didn't have the time to do
This
it.
is so
And for
fucking
me, it wasn't
fascinating.
rewarding anymore.
I know. Hold on. So, Ryan Wiley's back, so we may have more Ryan Wiley videos in the future. But yeah, he makes a bunch of excuses.
It's got to be better than this, though.
Well,
if we're gonna
he
feature him.
I mean, if we could stay awake through this video long enough, he'll basically allude to the fact that we made him leave the internet.
Oh,
okay, well, let's keep playing it then.
It's our fault.
Online discussions are not like real discussions.
He doesn't
They're not
say our names,
intellectual
though.
Discussions. They're
Well,
appeal
no.
to the masses type of money-making schemes.
Yeah.
And you can generally tell that by, on the internet, there are a lot of shitty people who make their money and they can't get a job elsewhere. I can literally turn off my phone and I will be fine, which is why I stopped. But after what happened to me
You said
in
you were
2015,
fine. You
I
said
think-
you struggled to find a job, worked at a call center, which everyone knows are the jobs where it's like, shit, I really need a job. This is a tough job. I'll just take it. Whatever.
It's a pretty tough fucking job.
Yeah. I mean, so.
But he's fine.
I mean, it's kind of just very telling.
There's a bit of a story as to like what I did in politics. You know, my foray into state politics and what happened. I'm not leaving state politics, but I'm done with a lot of that bullshit. I'm done with trying to like convince people who obviously don't want to be convinced and are not intellectuals. They don't want to research. They don't want to do anything.
So everyone against you is therefore stupid. Okay, I understand.
Everyone against me is a fucking
done his
moron. They just don't want to research. If you do your research, you realize I'm right about everything.
Anyways, if there's one thing I learned from 2015 and advice I could give to you, and of course I'm going to start making these videos. I don't know how I'm
Who
going
the
to
fuck
tell
wants to take
that
advice
story,
from you?
but I think I am.
You can't even get a fucking proper haircut.
My advice to you would be, you are better than your worst day. You are capable of so much more.
All right,
Wow.
whatever.
Am I fucking reading chicken noodle soup for the soul or something?
Dusty, I wanted to ask you a question. I believe recently I saw you, or within the last several months, I saw you make a comment on Facebook. You don't have a problem with any of the plagiarism that Jaclyn Glenn did. Is that correct?
No, I mean, I don't really consider it plagiarism. All right, I have a different opinion, you guys. I do not really believe that people think that Jaclyn Glenn is this genius that's sitting up there and every word coming out of her mouth is unique. I don't think people think that. I think people understand that Jaclyn Glenn is like more like an info babe. And her job is to take the popular memes that have already been created and match them with current events and use that to spread the message. And I have absolutely no problem with that. That is her job, and she is doing her job. And so the whole it's a plagiarism thing, I kind of disagree with. I don't think it's plagiarism. I think everybody knows what she's doing. I think everybody knows these are not unique ideas that coming out of her head. They are already established memes in the atheist community, and she's taking them and putting them to current events in order to spread it, which is exactly what she should be doing. And she's great at that. She is the best woman in the world right now at YouTube at spreading the atheist message, and she should be supported in doing that. She should keep doing exactly what the fuck she's doing.
I mean, but
I don't think anyone has any problem with her taking.
But she verbatim lifted people.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has any problem with her taking talking points and putting them together in that way. I mean, that's fine. But like, we're talking about from beginning to end, just taking other people's content and changing a few words around here and there. I mean,
if you're talking about theoretical bullshit, is that what you're referring to mainly?
I'm talking about several examples that have been pointed out of this. But yeah.
Okay, the theoretical bullshit thing. This is what I think happened. I don't know, but this is what I think happened. I think
but Dusty, just for a moment before you say that, we also had a scientist, a biologist, I believe, who's been on our show before, who's made videos like mapping out the plagiarism that has happened. So it wasn't just theoretical bullshit. There were like other sources that it was coming from also. But go on.
I was going to comment about, I think that's the main one people were pointing out, that she copied very much verbatim. And I've seen her copy little bits and pieces from other things and people who have posted on her wall and stuff. But I think the main thing that people talk about, which she's totally copied, was the theoretical bullshit. And that one, what I think happened is this. I think that Jaclyn thinks theoretical bullshit is hot. Because he is. That dude's fucking hot. And I think that she watched his video over and over and over again. And she unconsciously picked up his mannerisms and picked up the exact arguments that he was making. And she parroted it in a way that she did not mean to. It's the same reason that I don't watch TJ's videos. I don't watch TJ's videos not because I don't think TJ's great. It's because I already know that people are going to compare me and TJ. So I purposely don't watch his videos so I don't accidentally pick up his mannerism and his arguments and then parrot them. And I think she accidentally did that more than anything. I do think she was purposely trying to copy what he was saying. I'm not saying that. But I think that she did it much worse than she meant to.
Yeah, I think she thought she changed more than she actually did. Like, I think she thought she changed enough to, but I mean that's no excuse. I mean that just shows that she's been doing this for a while and got sloppy. I mean that's all that shows. I mean I can see what you're saying.
Job, I think she's doing her job.
I mean sure if she's propagating some good ideas or whatever that's fine, but that just shows that if she doesn't have the ability to make these arguments herself, then maybe she doesn't understand these ideas enough to be educating other people about them. But I don't know. I know from actually talking to Jaclyn that she is intelligent.
Yes.
And
yeah, she's very smart. And she gets the game. She gets how it's played. She plays it
That's
well.
why I don't understand.
Else.
I don't understand the need to copy people's videos whole cloth like she does, because I know for a fact that she has enough going on in her own brain that she can come up with her own unique way of saying these things without using someone else's work as a template.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. But
don't take that shortcut. That's bullshit. It's disrespectful to your fucking audience, in my opinion.
I mean, I can understand that point, but at the same time, I'm all about the message, and I'm not really. I think concern yourself with who gets credit for what is more of an egocentrical mindset, and all I care about is the message gets spread. And she is incredibly good at spreading that message, so I think she should continue to do exactly what she's doing. That's just my opinion, but I think that she's learned a valuable lesson from this, and that she'll be much more careful in the future. So. But to be honest with you, I will say this. I think the reason that him at Meta and Matt Dillhunty attacked her is not because they really had that big of a problem with what she was doing. I think that they don't like her, they don't like me, and they don't like you, and they will use any attempt that they can to slander us in public.
Well,
I really think that was a lot of what they were doing.
They want to stay. They want to stay at the top of their, mountain.
But
whatever they consider that.
The whole problem is like I don't, if they want to go off and have the nicey nice atheist community, I'm cool with it. Go have the nicey nice atheists. That we all suck each other's dicks all day. Why do you need to attack me and my brand of atheism? Like I don't want to be part of the nicey nice atheist dick sucking circle jerk. I want to be part of the asshole atheist clique.
When I go to these atheist conventions and talk to them, I've talked to Aaron Wah, who the first thing he did when I talked to him was talk shit about you. I talked to Matt Dillhunty, the first thing he did was talk shit about you. And the thing they say is, well, he's bad for the atheist community. He's bad for our image. They don't like your style. They're snobs. They're fucking snobs who don't like the fact that we put asses in seats and don't like the way we do things. And they'll take any opportunity they can to attack us. They're trying to bully us.
Michael Bay.
Exactly.
My hometown of Flint, Michigan.
I'm not going to say fuck him. I don't even know anything about him. I don't even know a damn thing about him. I don't even give a shit. I just don't like that shit. You know what? I don't watch it because I don't like it. Why can't they just do the same? I'm not into their shit. They don't got to be into my shit. Who gives a fuck?
By the way,
they're snobs. They can bully us, but they can't. You can't bully me. You punch me,
fuck
I'll fucking punch you back.
And I won't even notice.
We want to put asses in seats. So please come to the meetup.
We have one more RSVP since then.
We're having a meetup in LA, Dusty.
You gonna come, Dusty? You gonna come to our
I heard
meetup?
about that.
Why don't you come, Dusty?
I would love to, but I think my traveling days are behind me.
Why?
I've been everywhere and I've met a lot of people, and I'm sort of over it.
You're over meeting
I'm not a big
people?
fan anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of over people, to be honest with you. My whole experience in Denver kind of soured me on human beings.
Dusty the
Yeah, I used to read your posts back then. Those were some dark times, Dusty.
Come see me before I become as
dark, great time. Well, who says that dark times can't be great?
It's true. I had some great times, but I learned a lot about people, and not a fan.
Oh, yeah. I still wouldn't have moved back to Mississippi, though.
No, actually, Mississippi is a hidden gem. People have no idea, to be honest.
God, no.
Vomit.
Especially if you work from home and you don't have to really interact with people. The cost of living is really low. I don't have to fucking deal with anybody. There's no reason for me not to. There's all the same shit here that there is anywhere else, and I have the internet. If you have the internet, pretty much everywhere is the same. So to me, this is kind of a hidden gem. Plus, my mom is here, and she's an amazing cook. And so I get the best of all worlds.
Okay, then. Have fun in Mississippi.
Yeah, we're like, whatever, Dusty. Cool, Mississippi.
Good job.
If he's happy, cool.
I lived in Denver for 2 years in the fucking best part of town, right downtown, in a fucking penthouse apartment on 26th floor, and I like this better. If that tells you anything.
Well, I mean, you like what you like.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Tells me that you're retarded. Anyway,
that goes without saying.
Are we? What's the minute marker at this point? How long has the show been?
Let's see.
If it will
2 hours, maybe.
What does it say right here?
2 hours and 4 minutes. So we got some time left.
Let's
All right,
keep going.
Keep this show on the road.
All right. TJ's like, I'm tired. How long has it been? Feels like it's been 3 hours. 10 hours.
Been a million hours.
Where's Dusty? Oh,
He's
there. He
there.
is. All right.
He's still there.
All right. Let's see. What's a good one?
I don't know. Play whatever you want. Dusty's fiddle fucking around.
Fiddle and fucking.
Oh, we've forced another person off YouTube.
Oh yeah, we're monsters.
Yep.
The bullying continues.
Hey, what's up, guys? This video is going to be the last video that I'm ever going to put up on my channel.
Right, sure. Okay.
Okay.
Let's take bets on that.
So I'm gonna bet 5 minutes.
I bet 3 days.
3 days, huh?
I'll go higher. 7 days.
7 days.
Wow, Ben, you're being really
What
generous.
are you betting, Scotty?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? Well, obviously it's not going to be 5 minutes.
This
Come on,
video
take a real
was
guess.
made. This video was made hours ago, Scott.
Okay, a real guess. Oh, okay, well, I'll give him 1 day. A day.
Now that we've made this video, he's gonna be like itching, like convulsing.
I give him 3 fucking days.
Yeah.
Will no longer be participating in any live Google Hangouts or any live discussions.
What?
anymore.
You're not gonna pick up the slack for Brett Keane?
Come on.
There are several reasons why I've come to this decision.
Okay.
And one of the reasons why I've continued coming on this channel or coming on YouTube dealing with atheists is because I felt obligated and needed. I felt that there was not a lot of Christians here on YouTube dealing with these atheists and the great debate, so people needed my input here. But after looking at my channel, looking at my discussions, I realized that everything that's needed to be said by me has already been said. And it's not only been said, it's been repeated over and over and over again.
So shocking.
Main reason, because atheists don't listen. They don't care what you say, they just repeat the same bullcrap.
They just don't get it. TJ, do you get it?
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
We just repeat the same bullshit.
God ain't real. Huh?
I was a Christian for 33 years, but I don't get it.
You don't understand Christianity, Dusty. A true Christian never leaves the religion, so you obviously were never a true Christian.
That's true.
So
I definitely was not a true Christian. The no true Scotsman fallacy, absolutely.
Press through and try to push their agenda.
Yeah, because you're not doing that at all.
So I asked myself, why would I continue putting up content? I have no reason.
Very true.
No.
Not only that, but I'm sick and tired of the disrespect and the insults, the threats.
Then stop believing the stupid ancient fairy tales, you dipshit. Pretty simple.
The
Don't want us to make
threats.
fun of you. Stop
What
believing
threats?
stupid shit.
What threats have we? No one's issued threats,
threatened
right?
you.
People have made
Atheists
fun of you. People have called you names. No one has threatened you.
The atheist hit squad's outside his house. The minute he drops his guard, he's gone.
Fucking atheists with
Try to be an
fucking
atheist
sniper
on
rifles.
YouTube.
Yeah, it's funny how you and me, Dusty, we never get any shit, do we? Never.
Never. Never
Not
been
even-
threatened ever.
No
Not
one
an
on the internet
ounce.
ever gets any shit. Come on, everyone knows that.
Death threats, people threatening that they're going to be able to find any piece of information about me.
No one gives enough of a fuck about you to kill you, all right?
Nope. No
You're
one even
way
gives a
too
fuck about me
irrelevant to kill.
me, much less you.
Yeah, man. No one. Who the fuck wants to kill true empiricism? It's not even a claim to fame. Someone hears you killed true empiricism, they're like, what?
Huh?
You killed who or what now?
What's going on?
What's wrong with you?
And attack me online in my personal life, or something like that. sick of it. I'm sick of the constant racism on a regular basis here online through different outlets and on different websites. Just recently, I've dealt with several different comments that some atheists have been making.
What?
Such as?
And mainly, I'm sick and tired of the way that they think that they can talk about us. Now, I'm not the type of person built to take any crap off of somebody else. I've never have been. And
you used to it.
Where I grew up, I pretty much had a reputation where people.
You're a badass.
I'm not even
I
going to
can
get into
tell.
that, but.
You know,
scared
where I grew up, I had a reputation that,
This
like,
guy, this guy's a fucking samurai warrior. He just walks into town, everyone just like bows in respect. Like,
in
oh,
real
yes.
life, no one would talk no shit to me because I just snapped their fucking neck in two.
I'm not the type of person.
Hey guys, I just came across something. We have a statement from someone regarding what Dusty was saying earlier about his interaction with Matt and Beth, and this is from someone that we all know personally. So, and he said he doesn't mind if he's identified.
Okay. All right. All right, here we go. This is from Eric Grow.
Yeah, also known as
Zonstar.
Zonstar.
Yeah.
FYI, Dusty is completely misrepresenting his little dust up with Beth Presswood. I don't really know Beth. I met her once at a conference. Basically, Dusty saw some meme about what racism and prejudice is, and he twisted it into her saying white people can be racist and black people can't, which was not what she said at all. Whether those definitions of racism or prejudice are the real ones or not, I don't know, and I don't care. Basically, Dusty saw a fight to pick and a way to get attention. It's BS.
All right, he posted that to my wall too. I don't know who this guy is. Never heard of him before. But if that's true, then why doesn't she just post the meme? Everybody can see for themselves what she said. Everybody can see for themselves what I said. Why did she delete the meme if I'm wrong? Very simple. I don't think this guy actually read it. What I think is this guy read Matt Dillhunty's lie about what happened, and he's repeating Matt Dillhunty's lie. I don't believe he ever saw the original post. But if he did, then why doesn't he post it? All you got to do is post it and show everybody, that I'm wrong. But you won't do that because I'm not wrong, and he's an idiot. So fuck you.
Do any copies of the original post exist that you have found?
I should have taken a screenshot, but I did not know they were going to be cowardly enough to delete it. So as far as I know, not. I would have taken a screenshot if I know they were going to hit and run. But all he's got to do, if he's saying I'm lying, all he's got to do is post it. Go ahead, please do.
Yeah, it really should be reposted. I mean, at this point, there's so much controversy.
It's exactly like when I did that video about Josh Feuerstein, where Josh Feuerstein was calling for violence against the Planned Parenthood doctors and abortion doctors. And he was saying that I took him out of context. But if I took you out of context, why did you remove the video? And then if I took you out of context, why did you put the video back up and show everybody that I took it out of context? But he never did. Because he knows I didn't. I didn't take you out of fucking context. I posted what you fucking said. And I did the same thing to them. If I took you out of context, post it and prove it. And if not, that's evidence that you know I didn't. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know how to verify who I agree with without actually being able to look at the original post for a frame of reference. You're wrong. You're just right. I mean, I imagine you probably are because I agree. Why would it be down? Why would they have removed it?
Yeah, why not just post it really quick and be like, "You're pwned, Dusty. Fuck you. Here it is." Like, yeah, that is very strange.
They were repeating exactly what that feminist video you said earlier. The black girl who was talking about race, white people are only ones that go right. That's exactly what they were saying. It's exactly the same shit. It's the same argument. And so this guy can suck me because I don't know who the fuck he is, but he's wrong. And I doubt very seriously he even saw the original post. He's just repeating Matt Dillhunty's bullshit because he's on Matt Dillhunty's nuts. But jump off, dude.
On his nuts. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it is.
I can't speak to that effect, but yeah.
Who is this guy? I never heard of him.
Zonstar.
Yeah, he's a friend of ours.
He's been on the show a couple of times. And
bring him on.
Maybe he'll come on. I don't know. Maybe he'll come on and call you up to your face. I don't think he seems to not really care that deeply. He just seems to think you're lying.
He posted this 3 times on my wall, and then he texted you with it. So obviously he cares somewhat.
Yeah,
Okay.
good point.
I guess
fucking business.
that's a fair point then. Well, maybe you should talk to him yourself.
I don't give a shit about that dude. Fuck him.
All right. Well, then what's the problem?
No.
Biological natural rights. Love. What is this?
How do you
of course
know?
it is.
what love is.
All right.
I wish Johnny would come to the meetup.
I wish Johnny needs to spend some time with Dusty so that he can impart his love onto
Dusty
and wisdom.
Dusty, tell me. I ask everyone that's ever on this show, try to tell me if you understand what the fuck this dude is talking about.
I'll listen carefully.
All right, here he comes. He's done a lot of acid.
You don't need. It goes without saying.
Yeah.
If you don't love yourself. Hi, Ruffy. Hi, boy. Come here. You want me? Yeah, you know what? His name is Ruffy Doofus. Ruffy Doofus. You say come and he'll run away. Watch. Come. Come on. So he runs away. Get out of here. Get. See, he comes running. He's Ruffy Doofus. And he loves himself. How do you know what trust is if you don't trust yourself? You know, it's like a mirror. One goes to the other. And I mean, these are just grunts, but they're also feelings. Deep inside, love is how your cells electromechanically connect. Hey, they go to war when there's cancer there. It's all the same. You can model it. And that's what this video is about. Biological natural rights. All right? Because of language automation, our biological natural rights are violated. They do it at school. They do it in religion. All right? We know we are cells. We are each a cell. All right? Biomagnetism. Biomechanical. However you want to call it. It's the same as electromagnetism, but it thinks we're physics aware. And where do physics come from? The earth. Physics come from the earth. They have nothing to do with human creation.
There's no physics in outer space at all.
Other than,
it comes from the earth.
as us as children, get our natural rights violated. And it would be really easy for me to just hang out with these guys, to love on them, and to not even return back to society, and to live my life out on this piece of land where shut up, you're so tough. There's Bossy over there, on this piece of land here in this beautiful place on earth. But it comes down to us. If we don't step up for child natural rights, biological natural rights of the children that are being born right now, 250 children are born a minute to adults of culture who disregard the child nature. Okay, but there's one thing really good there, and that's what this whole project is about that I'm doing. I figured out my target market are those mothers that have those babies, because they get their logic reset. And if we supply them the tools, they'll stay that way. And that tool is Gtime. So I love you. Biological natural rights. Once you take those, you'll know what love is.
All right.
Are you a child of Johnny?
You want to summarize?
And by the way, Dusty, Johnny sends me these videos directly.
Direct from the source.
Are they popular? Does anybody watch them but you?
You know what? It's kind of weird. Like on Facebook, the majority of people that send me friend requests are also friends with Gtime Johnny. So
that's a common thread.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like he's taking a bunch of acid and he's watching a bunch of Terrence McKenna videos and he's kind of doing a riff on "Culture is Not Your Friend," which is actually a really amazing video that I disagree with much of what Terrence McKenna says. I think he was kind of a drugged out moron. But that's a cool video, and it sounds like he watched that a lot and he's trying to do a riff on that to me.
He lives in like the hills of California, like Central California. It's kind of weird.
He's a crazy old hippie. He's done too much drugs and he thinks he has a spiritual connection because that's how drugs make you feel. They fuck with your brain and make you think everything's spiritual, but it's not. It's in your head, dude.
He's usually naked, like, well, obviously he doesn't show everything, but you can tell he's usually naked, but it's winter now. But, yeah, like, normally, He said if we were computer programmers, we would understand what the fuck he was talking about. And I have gotten messages from people who claim to be computer programmers who understand what he's talking about. I don't know.
I mean, I can program it basic. Doesn't make any fucking sense to me what he's saying. But I mean, I kind of get it. I think he's going with the cultural operating system. It's basically a Terrence McKenna meme. If you ever look that up, he's actually a really interesting dude. He's one of the fathers of these psychedelic trips, these psychonauts, all these acid heads treat him like he's a god. They repeat his shit all the time.
I think Zonstar, I think he will come on and talk to you. I just need a moment to set that up.
All right, let's get that going.
Do you want to do that, Dusty?
That's fine. I don't give a shit. Bring him on.
All right. That should be interesting.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm not Matt Dillhunty. I don't run away.
Oh, dissing
Just any shot. Any shot
I can take, I will take.
I actually like Matt Dillhunty. I think Matt Dillhunty does a great job. I'm just picking. I'm a little pissed off at him on the way he behaved on my wall, but it's all good.
Is it really all good, or is it just acceptable?
I mean, he disappointed me because I was a fan of his, and to see him behave that way, disappoints me. And to see the way that his wife and their followers behave, and that they're all these new wave feminists, and they're all really sexist and racist, and that's what he surrounds himself with all the time. That does kind of bother me, but oh well, that's on him, not me.
All right. No, you're here.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm just bringing him into.
You're
No. Yeah. Don't. Yeah.
The cat's already out of the bag there.
Okay.
So Zonstar, you say that Dusty's
you have a different version of events
is not accurate.
So I want to know, first of all, did you read her thread? Did you read her original meme? And if you did, then what part of what I said was wrong?
Right. See, I read her original meme, Dusty, and the original meme was basically saying the same kind of borderline BS. It was probably BS. I don't know about the whole only so racism is an institutional thing, whereas prejudice is an individual thing or something like that. And that's whatever. I don't even care about that. Whether that's actually true or not, it makes no difference. But
whether it's true or not, it's kind of the whole point that I was arguing against. If it's not true, it's bullshit. It needs to be called out, which is what I did. What problem do you have with calling out bullshit?
No, except Dusty, what you did is you said that that means that white people or that black people can't be racist because
that is exactly what it is. It's just like that feminist we just saw. That's exactly what you said. That is the meme that Beth Preston spread.
Right.
That institutionalized racism, only white people have the power in this country, so only white people can be racist. That's exactly the point she was making.
It's one of those things where, technically by that definition, it may have been technically correct, but
no, it was 100% correct. Technically correct is correct.
Basically,
not misleading at all. If I'm wrong, then why did she delete it? Why did she delete it if I was wrong? Yeah,
Dusty, I added her on Facebook. I added her on Facebook yesterday. Because on
shit when you added her. What does that do with anything? If I was wrong and she was right, why did she remove it?
I friended her.
Okay.
The reason why I friended her is because I wanted to see what she said on her meme, because I said on your site, I said I was skeptical that you were actually representing that correctly. And then I went on, then I added her as a friend and saw what the meme was. And I said, sure enough, Dusty's full of these. And this is not what he described at all.
The meme said exactly what I said. It said that racism is not racism unless it's institutionalized, which means in America, only white people are capable of racism. That is exactly the point she was making. That is the point that her followers came on and made after her. And that is why she deleted the post. Why did she delete it? Why doesn't she put it back if I'm wrong?
People of every race can be prejudiced. And even if you take that at face value and say that, okay, for whatever reason, because white people have most of the power in the country. Oh, and by the way, the whole Obama's black, and so that means that black people have all the power. That is such a BS argument. If you notice the chat, there was 10 other people saying that.
It's a straw man argument. That's a straw man argument. My
Oh,
point
and
was
so
not
what-
that Obama's black, therefore black people have all the power. It's that Obama's black, therefore black people are not these helpless victims that don't have any power whatsoever. That was the point. You totally missed it. Went over your head like most of this conversation is.
I don't think anybody was saying that in the first place, but you were like, oh, well, you know, black people have
That's
power.
exactly what they were. That's exactly what the meme was saying. The meme was saying that white people are the only ones that can be racist. That's what it was saying. You
They're
can say
saying-
it wasn't saying that, but all you have to do is post it and prove me wrong, which you can't because you removed it
The
because she knew
reason-
she was wrong.
That meme can be easily found. It's not, I mean, come on, those are the same cookie cutter memes you can find everywhere, Dusty. It's not that
It's
hard
exactly
to
the
find.
same as the feminist said earlier that we disagreed
I'm
with.
sure someone
exactly
can pull
the
it
same.
up. And the
Okay,
whole
well, then do it.
reason, the whole point of that meme was that racism is some sort of a nationwide thing, like a governmental or like society-wide thing. That it's not an
The
individual.
point of the meme was that it's not racism unless it's institutionalized. I understood the meme.
Right.
It's exactly what it was saying.
But you
Which is not
turned
true.
that into,
That's bullshit.
Didn't you say, what did you say about Beck? Didn't you say that Beck said something about like, oh, well, only white people can be racist? And so somebody reads that by itself, then
That was the point
then
she
they're
was
gonna
making, yes.
immediately think that, oh, that's what she said, that black people can't be prejudiced against somebody. Total bullshit.
No, I didn't say that. She said that the point she was making was that only white people can be racist. That is the exact point she was making. There's a big difference between prejudice
All right,
and racism.
hey, this is getting kind of circular because you guys are just making the same claims back and forth to each other. But the real shame is that we can't look at the meme in question right now. I mean, I wish someone could produce to me this meme so I could judge for myself who's right and who's wrong in this situation.
I wish people wouldn't delete
sure.
shit when they find out they're wrong. That's kind of sad, isn't it?
I mean, it is very strange that they would delete it. I will say.
That's not the only thing they deleted. They deleted that, and then Matt Dillhunty deleted the comment he made on his page about me, where he called me a piece of shit, and then she made a bunch of lies on her page about me, and she deleted that. So they're just deleting after deleting after deleting, covering up the trail of their lies and bullshit.
Well, you got your wish. You got your attention. So, I mean, congrats, I suppose. But
Go
you know,
fuck
you're,
yourself, dude.
you're-
I don't know
you're
who you are, who
basically-
you think you are, but
you're the
you can go
you're the
fuck
Donald
yourself.
Trump-
I
you're
don't give
the-
a shit what you think.
You're the Donald Trump of YouTube atheists. That's you.
Well, hopefully I can make America
whoa.
great again then. With atheism. Vote for me.
Make
I'll get the
America
job
great
done.
again, Dusty.
It's already great. USA.
All right, well that's the show.
Is that it?
Yeah, I guess, isn't it?
Okay. I think they've said their piece.
I don't see anything else they can argue about.
All right.
We don't have this meme in question, so it's impossible for us to.
Yeah, we need the
If
meme.
anyone has it, please send it to us.
I mean, we
Well,
won't
by the
even.
time we're back,
yeah.
this is who's even gonna give a shit?
But you know, we could at least post on our Facebook page so
Okay,
people in the
sure.
audience could.
Stay tuned to our Facebook. Stay tuned to our Twitter. If we can find a copy of this meme, we'll furnish it, and people can decide who's right between Dusty and Zonstar.
Sure.
All right, show's over. Everyone,
Awesome.
fuck off.
I'll be happy to come back and talk about that
Thank-
again if you want me to.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks so much for
Thank
Dusty,
you, Dusty.
for being on. Thank you for
And
Zonstar for
Zonstar.
making a
Thank you,
late appearance.
Zonstar.
Yeah, both of you.
Thank you
Thanks,
to well, Dusty was here a lot longer though.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Ben and Scotty, and most of all to me.
Fuck you, TJ.
And thanks to everyone that's going to
Thanks
come
to
to the
me.
meetup. And we're all going to get shit-faced, and it'll be a great time.
And Dusty
Already
won't be
there.
there because he hates you.
He hates traveling. Fuck you. Get over it.
Dusty's
I'll be
over
there in
your
spirit.
shit.
Does that exist?
No.
No.
Sorry.
Spirit is garbage.
You should come, Dusty. Get drunk one last time.
Just make the trip. Get on a plane, all drunk as shit.
Just be
We'll
wasted
see.
the entire
I might work it
time.
out. No
All
promises.
right.
Okay.
All right,
Love
Dusty.
you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Consider it.
Have
Later.
fun.
Dusty.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night,
we're not off the air yet. Is there anything else you want to say before we're gone for a week?
Nope.
I want to say God bless me.
Nope. TJ's like, no, I'm done.
God bless you, and America bless God. There you go.
See you guys soon. Well, not soon, but in a while.
See some
Well,
of
I
you.
guess some of you potentially
Yeah.
soon.
Those of you who are cool enough to be coming to the meetup, see you guys soon.
Yep. Good night.
Bye-bye.